Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you're going hate this, you can fucking bite me. I'll be cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane. Making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains. I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things. Gonna make a fucking name, I just wanna be famous. But I don't want that cheap fame, no I'm not that vain. I just wanna be greatness. 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 Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you're going hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent. And it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots. If I miss all, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. Bad energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you're going hate this, you can fucking fight me. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you're going hate this, you can fucking bite me. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself.
Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Member Rose. You see that? I gotta play it real quick.
Do it.
What a way to start it.
Never gets old.
No, I'm done. Thank you, Tabby, so much for becoming a new member because we got to start it right off with Forrest. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Forrest. How's everybody doing tonight? We see y'all down there, Mocha, Ulta. Ooh, Amanda's been with us 3 months now. Woo. All right. Rose Petals on her way to work. I didn't see that. Indica, Joyce, how y'all doing? Oh, Charlie Girl. Wait, I think somebody is an imposter. Hey,
No,
how you
I
been?
can multitask. I can multitask.
Oh, that was you. Oh, I'm sorry. I forget. Got her on, but Indica was first. Ha ha ha.
Indica was first, Joe.
Mm-hmm. It's Kelly Earth. What's up? Where's my live laugh?
Hello, Earth. Where'd you go?
I'm right here. I'm
Oh,
right here. Gone anywhere. And I am home now. I'm so, you know, it really feels like it's Wednesday or Thursday.
yeah. You've been nonstop.
Mm-hmm. It's early morning. Ooh, that's all right. It's all right. It's good. Oh, love.
Hopefully
What did I?
tomorrow you can rest.
You are so
I
funny.
mean, I said
Sure.
hopefully. I'm hopeful for you.
Yeah, you wait. You hold on to that hope because that's all I got right now. Because I said to my grandson, I was in there trying to get cuddles from him, and I said, "Oh, are you going to your sitters tomorrow?" And my daughter says, "No, because you're home, right? He's staying with you." But she's not feeling good. He's got a little fever going.
Oh, bless him.
And yeah, because anytime I'm home, he's gonna stay here. He's gonna stay with me.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
so she said something, and I said, "Well, we won't be alone. My other two grandkids are coming over. I gotta
Are they?
watch them." Yeah, I'm almost got an appointment to
What
go get.
what if they get sick?
Yeah, he gonna have to stay away from me.
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah, yeah." She got an
No
appointment to get her nails
no
for
cross
the winter.
contamination.
They be contaminating all over the place. I swear, the little,
Hmm.
the little germ infested little creatures.
Yep. Petri dishes.
Yeah, little petri dishes, chunky and cute, but they
Oh
petri
yeah. They worth
dishes.
it.
That's right. I'll take them. Oh, look who's here! It is. It's Shawty. Shawty,
Shall
what it
we?
is? Shawty, what it is? Oh, oh.
Uh. So somewhere in there I got it right.
Hey, Chaos Queen and past CJ. CJ back.
Hey
Yeah.
CJ.
Shawty says that's my jam.
She burning the midnight oil with us.
I know she's up late. She been tired. She got so much going on. Now
Yep.
she gonna be up late tonight. Oh well, let's see. What did I name the live, Charlie Girl?
Some
Huh?
people are just, and then in parentheses, look at the pic at the thumbnail.
Yeah.
That's one ugly thumbnail. Ain't nothing pretty about those, y'all. I'm sorry.
Look, I can say so much, but I won't. Look,
Hmm.
you know what it looks like. Damn. And that one is out to what was the name? Oh, what was the name everybody gave
What?
him?
Who?
Oh,
Who you talking about?
corn dog, corn
Meat
stick.
Meat Twinkie.
I know, but there's another one besides me, Twinkie. I think
Cornholio.
corn.
Cornelius.
There was another one.
Pumpernickel.
Corn, corner nickel. Corner
Cornelius
nickel.
Pumpernickel.
Oh, Bartholomew. Pumpernickel.
I got a good one. How about unserious?
Yeah, unserious.
That was his favorite word last night. We were all unserious.
You know what I find entertaining? Tell me if you don't agree with this one. It's really like an episode of Sesame Street. Word of
Hmm.
the day.
Yeah, there you go. And then
Word
what's
of
the
the
color? Kidding.
purple.
Brought, brought to you by the letter
You.
B.
Good one. Good one. Going Grease all day. Oh, he may have got it all. He may have got some of that baby oil for discounted price. Maybe they had some kind of auction on it or something. He may have gotten an auction on it. But apparently people
My
think
chat's froze.
what?
I'm
What?
speaking to myself. My chat's froze. I'm fixing it.
Mm. Dree. Carrie, how y'all doing?
Always a little D, Ultra. Always a little D.
Little, yeah. I love all that. I can't even believe you would even entertain the thought of a big D. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm not describing anything. I'm just saying big, little. Hey, use your imagination. The only thing I've seen is little ones. That's all I've seen out on these YouTube streets. But I
I'm
find
gonna
it
have to
fast.
go ahead.
Huh? No,
No,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
What you gonna?
I
No,
don't
go
even know.
ahead. Go.
No.
Oh my gosh, Charlie girl, that's not even right. Why you do that? Oh, I was gonna start off on the whole, tangent of, you're not gonna shut us up. You can sit over there, corn douche, corn holio, corn, whatever you want to call
Corn
yourself.
souffle.
Corn souffle, corn stick,
Meat
oh,
Twinkie.
that's what it was. It's saying corn dick, and I said, how about corn stick dick?
Yeah.
That's what I think or to put that in there, corn. Yeah, somebody did. I think it was
I
I
like
don't
cornholio.
know. Well, corn Julio, Julio, Julio. Um, yeah, but the thing is, we've sat here and we have heard the threats of doxing, the threats of, exposing things, doing this, doing that, whatever. If you think for 1 second that's going to get me to sit down and shut up, like I said, you have got the wrong one.
Ditto.
Yeah. When somebody sits there and tries to silence my voice, I am
And
going to.
I'll speak for the rest of us. Ditto.
Mm-hmm. And just because some people may not be able to speak on certain things at the time, you got other ones who can and will. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
not on certain situations or whatever, but you know what? We can address the bullshit that's happening on the YouTube streets. If you don't like it, that's just your fault. And ask, why does it disturb you that we're sticking up for something that's so grotesque and wrong? Ask yourself that one, corn dick stick, corn stick dicks, corn holio, whatever you're calling yourself these days. I don't know. Ask yourself, why are you so mad and triggered by that? Same thing to Perp Diddy. Why are you so triggered by that? Linda Marie. Y'all are really triggered because we sit and we've discussed the bullshit on the YouTube streets, right?
Right. They don't like to be called out.
No, you don't want to be called out. What you did
Hey, Kelly.
was
Sorry.
immoral. That's okay. Immoral. And yes, some of you broke the law, didn't you? If you didn't break the law, then you're okay. But some of you most certainly did.
I mean, I don't know why you got to call 1311 different agencies. If you didn't do nothing wrong, then you wouldn't have any reason to worry.
Oh, I know. And and they're looking at excuse. Look, you know what? I kind of think that maybe she has been making phone calls up there because she said an incorrect address, and that officer jumped on that opportunity. He could have easily corrected her and said the correct town. Would make sense, right?
It was
Because
a
it was
she. It was a she.
she, right? Okay, well, I didn't listen to
Mhm.
it, so I don't. But she gave an incorrect address.
Sure
And
did.
she
Again.
jumped on that opportunity. It's almost like she's doing that shit on purpose. That's
Mm-hmm.
what I. And so you gave an incorrect
And
address, and
and
that's not our.
we won't tell you what that incorrect was. You just figure it out on your own.
Yeah. So I find that very entertaining that you can't even get that shit right. But I find it really entertaining that that police officer jumped on that shit and was like, "Oh, it's not our jurisdiction," just to get you off the damn phone.
Well, no,
I don't.
he said it was. She said it wasn't their jurisdiction because it wasn't by what she reported
Exactly.
a portion of the
But
address.
the officer could have easily asked, "Are you sure on that town? Seems how you were calling something that had a town that was very close to it. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. And why wouldn't she have left a message? She said it's because she didn't want to dox herself, but she could have easily muted and left a message.
No.
She was afraid of what she was going to hear on the other end, or better yet, what we were going to hear on the other end.
Mm-hmm. Or she'd actually get a phone call back. Oh, snap. Huh. Either
No, she
way.
said she called back after she got off the panel.
Yeah,
Where's that
whatever.
recording? Because you recorded the rest of them. Why wouldn't you record the most important one?
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Well,
Rocco.
would it be the one that wasn't in the jurisdiction? Yeah, that would be the one that wasn't in the jurisdiction, I bet.
Mm-hmm.
Because she didn't say
Yeah,
anything
but
about jurisdiction.
if they transferred her to a detective the first time, chances are they'll transfer her to a detective the second time. So
Hey,
where's
you
that
know what?
recording?
She's confusing. She doesn't keep it straight. I'm not sure how if they transferred you to a detective and the detective is not in the office this week. Um, not sure how they would have told you jack shit, but okay, we'll play your game. That's fine.
Well, if her name wasn't attached to anything, then they wouldn't have told her anything. The fact that they transferred her to a detective speaks volumes.
Well, they know. Well, she didn't even say her name though. She said Jenna's name. So that still won't let her know if she was on there or not. Why don't you
No,
just?
I don't know if she did or not. I
No,
can't
she
say for
didn't
sure.
because I remember she did not say her name. She said Jenna's name. She
Hmm.
did not say her name one time. Not one time. And it's on Dictums Live and it's on our live because we replayed it. Either way, pull a FOIA, perp. You know how the game works. Pull a FOIA. I welcome you to.
Well, Delia Wupu, the reason that the case is closed, and it probably is, let me break it down for you, perp. The reason it's closed is because there were three people that gave uh, a statement. Two of those statements were inaccurate. And the biggest thing is that because you use the same TGIF mother truckers a lot, the wrong link was sent. When they looked at that particular link that was sent, it was the wrong one. They had nothing to go on. That's why they closed it. They have
Well,
since been sent the correct one.
I don't
Now,
know if I would say that it was closed because you don't really have a case like that to investigate in one
no, he
day.
did. No, at the
So
end of, a case was never
it's
opened.
not
They took,
it's not investigated. It's not an
it,
investigation
it
into
did not
anything.
get investigated, correct. They
Hmm.
took a statement, and by his um, viewing that live, there was nothing on there, so he had nothing to investigate. That's why it was closed, not because you've been cleared of anything. And I'm not saying that you're guilty of anything, but don't get it twisted that they closed it because you're not guilty of something. They closed it because the wrong information was sent.
Which is fine. It's been turned. I mean, it is what it is. But Perp Diddy, your irritation and agitation on dictums yesterday that we reviewed, and Fix Up did an excellent review on it as well. And in case you didn't by chance see that, which I'm pretty sure you probably did, um, your irritation and agitation, it was pointed out. I think it may have been Pearl who said it, or Liza. I think it was Pearl though. It was really kind of like what you did when you got exposed for faking that bullshit call about your son. Remember how mad and irritated you were on that, and how you weren't at first, and then you did when you were trying to defend that it was true, and you were trying to pin a fake false allegation that you created and made up yourself. You made every bit of that shit up on your own child. And you turned around and was adamant and you pinned it on Frank. And you were screaming and yelling like that. Yeah, that's how you know you're lying.
Hey, Pearl.
It was all fake. Fake, fake, fake. Either way, y'all sit over there and you think you're going to get us to shut up because you want to threaten to dox people. You want to threaten to expose shit. You want to do this and that. Ain't on there one of us. And I say that in the name of Jenna. There ain't a there one of us that is scared of you.
And the spoon feeding is stopped. You own, girl. Because you can't find your way out of a wet paper bag anyway.
Mm-hmm. But you can sit over there and say whatever you want. What was it? Corn stick said. What did he say? We were unserious.
Unserious.
That's right. Word of the day, Sesame Street. Ooh.
And I looked it up. It is an actual word. It means what it says.
Mm-hmm. Unserious.
But why are we unserious?
Because we talk about things and address the issues. Huh. Gee, corn dick. I like that. I do. I like the corn stick dick because it just kind of seems to fit at this moment. We proved where you lied to us. We proved it and we showed it. That's all that needs to be said about that. But I got no respect for you. I don't care. You can say well unserious all you want. We don't have to be serious over here if we don't want to be. We could be whatever we want to be over here.
That's right.
But why are you over here watching if you're so triggered all the time about how unserious we are? Interesting.
Won't you come in and say something? Oh, wait, you can't because you're blacked.
Yeah, Pearl, right? You should be worried about the way you've united so many separate groups who are disgusted by the situation. Perp. Congratulations, Perp. Pearl said it before. You've done an amazing thing there. People say this is wrong. Except for you and your little circle right there. Funny how that works, isn't it? Very, very interesting. Yeah, you gotta stand for what's right. That's right. So,
And he did profess his disgust with the person that sent them to begin with. So, still doesn't
really,
erase the nastiness of it if you got them and went on a
so
panel and talked about them.
yeah, it was so disgusting, right? Corn stick that you had your little. It's on Pooh's channel. Check out Pooh's channel. She's got a little clip there that covers it. It's what 9 minutes long.
Yeah.
Got the chat and everything in there. Boy, you were in there chatting up about it, weren't you? You know when Ray asked you, "Do you want to see him?" She could send him to you, right? You knew exactly what she was talking about. Although the channel holder was clueless, completely clueless, supposedly, that the topic was said pics. And you made it
Mhm.
clear in your response to Ray. Exactly, you knew what she was talking about. Both of you did. Everybody else did, except for Perp Diddy, who was the channel owner. I find that really sad, actually. Very sad.
That's how she got out of talking about it,
Well, whatever. That's what we'll
saying
talk about it.
that she didn't hear it.
She didn't hear it. Well, we heard it. Everybody else heard it, but you. That's okay.
Billy Whoopoo said, "Pooh is a white man playing a black girl." I don't know what that means. but okay.
Who said that? Somebody said that. I guarantee it. Somebody said that. Oh my gosh. Mm-mm-mm. But oh, you want to see Ray Ray's new
That's
moccasins?
right, because she proud of them. She wanted to show them off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. Because she did say it could have been talking about moccasins. Wow,
Mm-hmm.
really, perp. Well, that would be, you if that's true, perp. I don't know why Cornstick would be so insulted about that and saying those rude and crude things about her moccasins down in your chat. So when he jumped up on your panel, it was moccasins he was talking about that whole time, while everybody else was talking about picks. Interesting. So you have
Why
all
would her
kinds of
moccasins need commented on their plumbing?
yeah. What the hell kind of shit has she got on her feet? Hmm. Interesting, but we'll go with it. You need to take care of your moccasins. They got some nasty undercarriages going on there, don't they? Ray, what the hell are you doing to your moccasins? I don't even want to know. Don't answer that. I don't want to know for real. Hmm. Well, Cornstick knew exactly what was being discussed, hence the jumping up on panel and discussing it even further. You weren't grossed out by then and thinking it was disgusting, Cornstick, were you? Ooh, you hear the coyotes? Can you hear them?
Mm-mm. I'm trying. No. Where's your doglets?
They're all inside.
Okay, good.
I can hear them with my earbuds in. They're somewhat close. Oh, Turtle Dove's driving. Hey, Turtle Dove.
That's right, stars. Don't think we're dumb.
Yeah, it don't work out. Yeah,
That's
it's
your
fine.
first mistake.
In a list of oh so many.
Hey, turtle dove.
Yeah, but I do think that's interesting. Either way. I mean, we're not talking about anything new, and I think that really irritates you, doesn't it, Perp? We just talk about the same shit you put out there, and that really irritates you. Did it really make you mad that we covered Dictum's live? We reviewed it, and then Six Up went and reviewed the whole thing too.
You said
Six
six
Up
up
did
and
that.
she appeared.
Oh, I didn't know. Tiny Dancer paid off Perp's KK. Oh, okay. What?
Hey, six
Hmm.
up.
Oh yeah, Dictum had an amazing life. I'm telling you, I know we were talking about it just last night, but I can't tell you how proud of her I was. I was like, dang, look at her. She is handling it. I was like, I think I would have kicked her off at some point. But like, you're not going to be disrespectful to me. I would have kicked her, but not Dictum. Dictum held her own and said,
That's
I'm
right.
asking questions, and she kept going. I was like, I love that. I love that. Just, at some point I could do that, but at this point, no, absolutely not. To the point where Perp will not be over here on this panel. I do not want her on this panel, and I'm not going to her panel.
Hey, Dictum,
Hell,
when you make that list, make a side note of how many times she acted like a toddler.
oh well, that's gonna take forever. You better start now, Dictum. Maybe you should have started last month. Get that one where she's like, "Well, it's because I thought of it first." Oh, excuse me. Okay. How old are we here? Oh yeah,
Well,
Magpie. Right, Magpie would have been great on that panel. You're absolutely right.
Dictum just proved that she is a respectful human being that can have an adult conversation, even when somebody that she's talking to is not having an adult conversation.
Exactly. She really did. She really. I mean, y'all. Yeah. Herb Diddy. Rewatch that. And you go and look at. You know what? Never mind. It Beating that dead horse with a wet noodle, it's just not going to do nothing, you know? All
Now
right,
be
well, be
safe,
careful. Pick it
sister.
up. Whatever you're doing, be safe, have fun, enjoy, whatever. Whatever it is you got going on. Thanks for coming in and saying hi.
Yeah, Pearl. Nobody is untouchable.
That's true. We're all touchable. If you don't think every single person has issues in their life,
Right.
uh,
By no
uh,
means am I perfect.
no, nobody is. And nobody is, and nobody has this fantastic life with no problems or issues, no matter how much money you have or don't have. You got problems in your life, you got problems in your life, period. You got issues. You show me somebody who doesn't have anything going on. Show me one person who has the perfect life, never has an issue at all.
Well, they ain't on YouTube.
It's nowhere near where I know anybody like that. But I mean, they're good people. I mean, you know, it's not that people are bad people. They have shitty situations going on in their life. They've got, you know, this happening, that happened. If you got kids, you know you've had some kind of drama somewhere along the way.
Hey, Echo.
Hey, Echo. Anthony Pepsi goes said far from perfect. Yeah, I know. Well, we don't have to be perfect. You know that saying? They say we're perfectly imperfect.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. You know, I take my flaws, and you know what? I'm gonna tell you this too, Perp Diddy, and your little flying monkeys over there, like the Wizard of Oz. I'm telling you. Um, I will never hang my head in shame for anything that's happened in my life. And the women around me, you know, are voodoo sisterhood. They're not going to do it. None of us hang our heads down in shame for anything that's happened in our lives. You may want to think about that one. Do you think you're going to like shut someone up and humiliate them? Shit, there is not even one thing that's happened in any of our lives that we sit here and go, you know what? I am absolutely humiliated from that and mortified from it. I don't ever want anybody to know this.
Hey, Kim.
Why would any of us hold our heads down in shame?
And look, I have never in my life felt the need, whether I'm in um, a large group in the public or a small group of acquaintances, I've never felt the need to brag about how much my truck costs or how much my child's TV costs or how big it is or how, I mean, she measures everything in life like that.
I know.
I mean, is that supposed to make her better than everybody else?
No, listen to this, okay? Check this out. You go ahead and tell people how much you think you have, and there's going to be somebody out there that's got a whole lot more than you. Gonna make your little whatever inch TV look like shit. Never do that. Be happy and blessed with what you have. Be happy and blessed for what everyone else has. Oh my God, if you could help somebody else out, help them out.
Absolutely. And everything that I have is a blessing that I probably don't deserve. And I'm thankful for it. And I give thanks for it.
Yeah,
I don't know that she does that.
I don't look. You know, I
And
just
it's
don't
not
know. You
right.
just, I don't know. You know, at work, I just sit there and talk to people that I work with, and nowhere in the conversations does it come into what size TV do you have?
Hmm.
You know, well, what kind of house do you live in? Do you live in a house or an apartment? Do you live in, I mean, that never comes into play. Like, we don't. judge each other off of what one has or doesn't have.
And, all of that one day can just be gone. And then what do you have left?
Exactly. That's why
You
you got
know,
to be careful.
it's
That's
not about material things.
no, it most certainly isn't. I mean, I know when I left my ex-husband, we had a house that we bought, a vehicle. I had to walk away from it all. I most certainly did. My mama came down and got me and my two kids. I moved back home with my mom, got a job. 6 months later, I got out on my own, got my own place. Um, but you had to start over. You had to start over. So yeah, you can sit there and think, hey, I got this, this, and this. But like you said, in a very short amount of time, it can all be gone. Boom. And see, here's the interesting thing: is some people actually choose to walk away from shit like that. There's reasons that are more powerful than holding on to a house or a TV or whatever. But I was so happy. I may have been homeless with my mama, but
Hmm.
let me tell you what, I was free. I was like, whew.
Kim said she'd be upset if she lost her pigeon mask.
Well, okay, you know what? That's excluded in this conversation.
We'll make an exception.
We'll make an exception with that one. Of course, if you lost it, we just get you a bigger, better one. If that's possible, I don't know. Might not be possible. Yeah. Yeah,
I
okay,
just,
working thing to do.
and I know I've said this before, but I just can't imagine being that miserable in my life. I go to bed every night mad at the world. I wake up every morning mad at the world.
I
I
know.
spend all day being on the defensive, and it doesn't have to be like that. I mean, maybe she likes it. I don't know. But
Mm, I'd
I
be
know I
miserable.
wouldn't.
I mean, when you got to get up and you can't even sleep off your drug-induced coma that you put yourself into, and you got to go live and start trying to rant and rave, and you're attempting to, and I say that because you sleep and snore and drool and everything else. Um, I'd say that's someone who's really, you're right, filled with a lot of hate and anger and whatever. So your entertainment purposes only, I think it might be doing a number to your health there, Perp Denny.
Yeah, and
I think,
that is a proven fact that
yeah,
stress, anxiety, anger, hate, all of those play a part in your well-being.
they do. And she complained because the last time she was going at it with someone, she was losing her hair.
Hmm.
She absolutely did. Well, you change the outlook of your life. I mean, hey, but that's on you. That's neither here nor there. But I'll tell you this: I've been through some shit in my life. Some people know some of mine and my sister Fancy's stories. Some of it. We've been through a lot of shit, right? And I personally will never allow anyone to make me feel unworthy, unimportant, silenced, or I don't matter. I definitely matter just as much as anyone else. And I say that because at one point in my life, I didn't think I did. For so many years out of my life, I didn't think I was important as anybody else. I didn't think that my voice should be heard. I didn't think I had a right to have my voice heard, to have my feelings and my opinions and my thoughts. And I most certainly do, just as anybody else does. And just because someone may be silenced for certain reasons doesn't mean that some of us won't stand up and speak out. And I'll tell you, our group that we have, our little voodoo sisterhood group you like to refer to, seems how you know so much about everybody. No, you don't, Perp Diddy. There's a lot of stories you don't know about. Fancy and I are not the only ones who had a pretty rough start in life. Been through some shit. We're not the only ones. There are a lot of people out there who've been through hell and back. A lot of us. So you just have to understand that sometimes when you go through stuff like that, you do tend to stand up and say, "You're not going to knock me down." I'd be damned if I let some little pissy ass ant, I'm not going to say too bad of words here, some little stupid ass, let's just say it, some little stupid ass bitch, uh, to shut me up, silence me, silence any of my friends for something that you did that was disgusting and vile and grotesque. Like I said, you got the wrong one here. Am I loud and boisterous? Absolutely. I can be obnoxious. I can be anything you want me to be. But I am me and I am who I am. So call me whatever you want. It doesn't bother me in the least. I'm still going to stand up and I'm going to point out the shit you're doing because what you did is disgusting and vile. You're no better than Matthew over there. You know your little buddy Matthew? The shit he's done? The shit he's doing to someone right now? Or has been? Tell him to put out his shit, his voice clips. From what I heard, he hadn't put them out, has he? Just wants to put out what somebody else did because he thinks it's intimidation and it's, I don't know what the hell he thinks it is. It's disgusting, is what it is. And I guess this is what's so perplexing to me is that because my situation, from childhood was the parents and then the ex-husband. So I'm used to men being assholes. In this, I know it's going to sound sexist, y'all. I know it is, but I'm used to men because I've been treated like shit by so many men. I've heard shit that they've said, derogatory, sexist, all this crap, right? And let me tell you this little thing about this guy that my husband used to work with. He ended up having some dirty pictures on his phone. He showed them to a coworker. That coworker told the boss. That dude got fired. He lost his job. Bye bye job. 100,000+ a year. He was gone. Out of there. Think about that before you think you didn't do anything wrong. But that's fine. You can think whatever. Oh yeah, but see, some people are cranky all their lives. I mean, it just. Oh, thanks, Six Up. Thank you. Yeah, some people are just like that, cranky all their lives, and that's on them. Oh my gosh, do you hear him? Oh, oh my gosh, he's supposed to be laying down. Can you hear him, Charlie? Oh, Charlie girl's not even up here. I'm sitting here talking to myself. Well, I'm talking to y'all. Oh, she got to take a call. She'll be back. But y'all hear him? There's my grandson knocking on the window. He's supposed to be laying down. He's not feeling good. Got a fever. Mm-mm-mm. But either way, like I was saying, where was I, y'all? I'm used to. I'm. That's my point. Is I'm used to hearing men say stuff towards women and being derogatory. But to hear women do it, I think that's one of the things that really is shocking. You know. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Oh my gosh, guys. He's wanting to come out here. He's knocking on the window, but he locked the door. Hold on. That little booger. Oh my goodness. Mm. Oh, KK. What do you think his friends watch it or something? I don't know. Yeah, stars. Exactly. And that's the thing. People say, that's the other thing. People sit there and they say, well, you can't tell me where to go. Don't tell me what chat. No, nobody's going to tell you where you can and can't go. Um, but like I told Corn Dog, don't be surprised if you're not welcome when you come in. That doesn't mean anybody's telling you you can't go over there. That means that you got some boundaries put in place. And there's nothing wrong with having some healthy boundaries. Just saying. You may want to try it there. You may want to try it, Burp. Corn Dog. You may want to try it. Let me see if this other door is unlocked. Oh, yeah, Jane. You probably do brag about, yeah, there's nothing to brag about on that one, though. Mm-mm-mm. Great. You know what, y'all? This is crappy. Both of my door, I have two doors to go inside from out here. They're both locked. And guess who didn't even wear flip-flops out here? You think I'm going to walk around in this grass? Walk around to the front and the back to get in? I don't think so. Somebody's going to have to come unlock this door. Mm-mm-mm. Great. I wonder how long before somebody comes through here. Nobody's going to bed but me. Good golly. Now to support it. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, Dictum, they go back and forth. Perp hates this person and then she's buddy-buddy. Because she didn't like what they did. How do your morals change like that? I guess we'll call them morals because I don't know what else to call them. If you're saying that exactly indica, that's why I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I do not want to get bit by a scorpion or a snake. I don't want to step on a frog. Yeah, he locked me out. That's not. This is sad. A 2-year-old grandbaby locked me out of my own house. That's what I get for coming home. I should have stayed at the hotel another night. At least there I could go to the front desk and get another key. you know. Yeah, he's in there knocking on the window to let him out, and I go to let him out, but the door's locked. That's nice. Oh, you hate stepping on toes? I know. I'll never forget that time my mama stepped on a frog. Oh, my word. Man, I still laugh my butt off about that. No froggies, she jumped right on it. Ooh. Yeah, she stepped on it and then jumped off. Oh, Bugsy, you love frogs. Charlie Girl is absolutely terrified of them. I know, Indica, I'm going to have to. I guess he gave up on trying to come outside because he's not even fussing anymore. I guess he's like, forget it. Just I'm leaving Yaya locked down. I don't even care. It's like I really wanted to go in there and get some more hot coffee, but well, I guess not. You know what I need to do is just move my pot out here. So I need to do. I need to move a pot. Get one just for sitting out here, which I don't really want to do that though because it's outside and dirty. Ugh, I can't handle that. I'm terrible about my coffee pots because I can't even use a coffee pot in a hotel. I had to take my own. Do not trust those coffee pots in the hotels, guys. Have you ever opened them and looked at them? Horrifying what you find in some of them. No, all my windows are locked, KK. That's the hard part. I don't even know. Oh, Hold on, I'm on mute for a second. I'm trying here to get in. Yeah, Charlie girl, let me lock it. Look, let me drop the link. Look, I said lock it. Let me think about the locked door here. Okay, here we go. There you go, Charlie girl. Ooh, you have bears, deer, and facial recognition. You know what? I was watching a thing about crows, and they have a memory. Like if you do a crow wrong, they will watch you for years, and they will remember you, and they will go after you. They go after you, and they'll get even. Hey, Charlie girl.
Hey, sorry, I had a phone call come in I had to take.
Uh-oh, everything okay?
Yeah, from my baby boy.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, my
Yeah.
grandbaby boy locked me out of the house.
Well, I just caught that.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. And then went to
Mm-hmm.
bed.
Yeah, he was over here crying to come out, and I was gonna let him out. I said, "Hey, go get your mama to unlock the door." And he's like, "Oh," just gets up and takes off, and he's been gone. He's in there on his tablet now, probably. Not even giving me a second thought. Well, I locked Yaya out. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, crows are amazing. But if you do them dirty, they it was really interesting when I was hearing about that. I said, huh, isn't that nice? Even crows don't like to be fucked over, y'all. Mm-mm-mm. Excuse my language. Oh, she is in the shower. Yeah, well, here's the problem, Dictum. All my kiddos, my 5 youngest ones who had to get up at old dark, then and go to school, they're all asleep. My husband's asleep because he has to get up at 4 a.m. My daughter's in the shower, and everybody else has gone out doing stuff. So, mm-mm-mm. And Charlie Girl is gone again. Crows will do things to you. It's crazy. Yes, exactly. But look, man, I was watching. They will go after you for years, and they will get their friends to come and torment you too. They're little, oh my god, it's crazy. Oh, your doctor has you on more meds? Oh, well, hopefully it'll help you. I love Volta. I got locked out because my grandbaby knows how to unlock the door, but apparently not how to unlock it. He's only 2.5. I mean. But he is smart. I mean, don't think he's not smart. He never puts his shoes on the wrong feet. He will actually switch them around so they're on the right feet. That amazes my husband. Amazes him. He's like, he never puts them on the wrong feet. Well, he done. All right, Charlie girl, I don't know where you at, but I'll drop the link in case maybe she had another call come in. I don't know. Did she put something in chat and I missed it? I want her to think I'm ignoring her. Yeah, see, I'll be feeding them crows too. Oh yeah, when your dogs lock it. You got to be careful, man, because they're smart. I mean, we had to do our two shepherds we had, Chief and Ayla, at our other house we had before this one. They had on the side gate was one of those latches, where you just push it down and it opens. We had to go and put a lock thing through it because they would go and push that down, open it, and go right on out. Like they were just going for a stroll. And that didn't work because they were big dogs, and everybody's scared to death of big dogs. Poor kids. They were terrified. They were just out, playing, and there goes my dogs terrorizing them. All happy because they're trying to play, and Like, guys, get over here and leave them kids alone. But we're just trying to play, Mom. You know. Oh, he's a shepherd mix with golden. Oh, but that's a good dog. Yeah, yeah, keypads. That's what I need around these parts. Keypads, you know. Hey, KK.
Hey, honey. Did I
What's up?
I want to ask you a couple questions about your windows and
They're
like,
locked. They're locked,
huh?
honey. They're locked. They're
Well, I know
locked.
they're locked, but what kind of lock is it? It
The
is
locks that I can't unlock from the outside.
so. Or do you have a plastic window frames, vinyl or wood?
Metal and vinyl.
Okay. Um, is it a side lock windows where you push on the sides to lock into the frame of
No,
it?
no, ma'am.
Okay, so it's in the middle, right?
It's the two. They're two on each side at the top.
Okay, so
You
there
know, like,
is goes into the frame. Okay, never mind. That won't help.
yep.
That won't. You can't get that.
No, that's
Now
what I
the
said.
other
I can't
thing
get in.
that,
I,
huh?
I've already tried. I've already tried before to get in. I
You didn't
got.
use your credit card. That's how you do it. Um,
Okay,
you
okay.
need to learn to put an
If
extra
my
key
cards
out.
weren't inside, my cards are right inside on the table in my purse.
Yeah.
Okay, and I can see them from here. I can see them.
Oh,
Yeah, I can see them. It's like, okay, I can see my coffee pot too. KK, you want to rub it in some more?
I don't drink coffee.
I do, and in my nice fresh pot is sitting right there. I really could use another cup. It's been a long day,
Yeah.
and now I'm trying to see. Is she out of the shit? Look, I'm trying to see through these blinds. Hold on a second.
Okay. I can't see my computer anyway, so I just come up to maybe ask you a couple questions.
Okay, well, the answer is my daughter takes some of the longest freaking showers in the world,
Mine too.
so it's gonna be a minute before, you know.
I I think my water tank was like over 30 gallons or more, and she
uh,
drained it. Just
Oh
her.
well, look, we have two 80-gallon water heaters.
Uh-huh.
My twins can drain that shit out like that. Boom.
Oh yeah.
Now the three boys, they take good quick showers. You know, they shower, bathe,
Mhm.
they're in and out, fix their hair, they're good. Now the twins, you'll go in there, they're standing in the shower, and they got it plugged up with the washcloth, so the water's just, accumulating in there, and they're doing all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, what are you doing? It's been 45 minutes. And it's all steamed up, and I think you need to hurry up and get out of here. I got to bathe still. You have been in here more than enough time to bathe, shave, get out, and do it again a few times. What are you doing? Yeah.
My
Yeah,
daughter
some of the
used
kids
to take,
think them.
I'm sorry. My daughter used to take 3 showers a day
Yeah.
when she woke up, when she came home from school, and when she went to bed. Yeah. My water bill went twice as much when she was young. Now it's so small.
Mm-mm-mm.
Hi, Charlie.
Hello, y'all. I am blonde, but
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
not why I keep falling off the panel. My boy keeps calling,
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
so I told him just to come over and quit calling me.
They'll be like,
Yeah.
never mind. I didn't have anything else I needed to
Uh
say.
huh. Right?
I've had to
Did you
break
get?
into my house quite a few times.
Did you get in the house?
No,
Nope.
ma'am. Don't say that here. Hey, at least I got a
um,
couch out here. I could just lay on the couch and pray that the bugs don't carry me off in the middle of the
go
night.
get in your car. Sleep in your car.
Okay, well, I'm not sure how I'm going to do that when the keys are inside. And
Um.
this is the thing. Charlie girl, I could probably walk. I think the garage is probably open. but I don't want to walk around in the grass and the dirt.
I
I did
don't
not.
blame you. I'd go beat on somebody's window.
I did not bring
How
my
much do
flip
you want
flop.
that coffee?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't bring my flip flops out, and I knew I should. I left them in the
Mm-mm,
bedroom.
don't you dare. Don't you do it. Go beat on somebody's window.
Well, you know where I'm at. There's nobody's bedroom that's right here.
Mm,
Can you
I got
not
the door.
call?
Well, I will when she gets out of the shower.
Oh, she's
She's
in the
still.
shower. Okay.
You know how long she
I go
takes.
stand by that one door, and when you see her come out, beat on that door.
Pounce on her. Hey, let me in.
Hmm.
well, I'm gonna get down. Thanks for having me up. And I was just trying to figure out a way for your to break into your house, but next time put some keys outside or at least a screwdriver. Then you can bust the handle off the um, door handle off. So
Well, I don't know. We got the childproof locks on the doors on the inside,
you know,
but he still locked it, so that's nice. Mm-mm. No, if I slept in the chicken coop,
Oh,
that means I have to walk in the grass, and I don't want to
that's
do that.
right. No grass
oh,
walking.
bye, girls. Have a
No, she
blessed
don't need
day.
no doggy door
Good
because
night,
dogs bring. Good night,
Oh no,
KK.
there used to be a doggy door, and we got rid of it because
Yeah.
one,
That's,
most of them are big, except for Lily did. She's too little to be out here running by herself
oh,
because we've
can
had
you
hawks
imagine all those dogs in your house? Those huge, huge dogs.
in and out with birds and dead
Mm-hmm.
possums.
Oh, hell no.
Oh,
Lily Bit would
no.
be not Lily Bit. Maple Jane be coming in with some presents every night.
It'd be
I don't know
horrible.
why she picked me to bring me a present.
She liked you a lot. That's why. She's like, I love you.
Oh my god.
Just bring you a nice fur. That's all.
Well, she jumped up behind me and she sat there for a few minutes. I didn't even realize that she had anything in her mouth. But when I saw what she had, oh Lord,
Oh, back in the day, that would have been money right there. You could have traded for something.
that's okay.
You just trying to be nice. Hey, at least she didn't go at your arm like she did with Jenna. She was trying to dominate Jenna constantly.
Uh huh. Oh, and she loved Iris too.
Yeah. She brought you a present. She was trying to butter you up.
Mm-hmm.
The other two, she was buttering up in a different way.
Mm-hmm. That's right,
Yes.
Indica.
There'd be all kinds of stuff in here. Critters, possums, whatever. Raccoons. I could just imagine
You
me
know
getting
what?
up at night and seeing one sitting in my kitchen staring at me.
I had an idea one time of how to fix that. Um, you could have um, a sensor on the door. So you put a sensor on the dog's collar and a sensor on the door, and only your dog could open the door, the doggy door.
Well, I think it
But
would be
they'd
exit,
be
which still
another
wouldn't
dog
help me.
coming right behind them.
Yeah, it wouldn't help me out in this situation at all.
Mm-mm. Oh no,
Mm-mm.
it wouldn't. I'm just talking about doggy doors in general.
Oh gosh, Charlie girl, I'm gonna have to. Mm.
Is
I'm
she
glad
out?
I could get murdered out here. Nobody would know. Oh my gosh. No, she's not out of the shower. I keep looking at that. There's a little spot I can see through the blinds on the door, and
Hmm.
light's still on in the bathroom. She takes forever in there. I don't know what the hell she doing.
Is he in the bed, grandson?
I don't know. He's probably in there watching his tablet, or either he
Probably.
went probably jumped in there with her in the bathroom. You know how
I
kids are. They
bet.
gotta be.
Hmm. That's what's taking her so long.
Mm-hmm. I really would hate to have to. I really hate to think that I have to wait until my son gets home.
You won't. She won't be in there that long.
I don't know. You know how long she takes taking a shower? Oh, it's horrible. Oh my goodness. Let me see. Mm.
Yeah, how does he lock that if that doorknob thingy is on there?
Because there's a hole in it for the door lock. You could still get the door.
Oh, okay. That was a dumb question.
Probably trying to open it and all. Hold on, I'm gonna text her real quick.
Yeah, she should be done by now. If she might not have taken her phone though, but when she comes out, she'll see it. It. Y'all know I can't tap dance.
Thank you. Oh, I'm in. I'm in. I text. Can you please come unlock the door? Yes. So locked me out. She came and guess what?
What?
She opened the door and I said, he locked me out. She looked at me and started laughing. She goes, he's asleep.
Mm,
So he dipped out. He went to sleep. So
you
I locked
did.
you
'Cause I show
out.
your ass from leaving me when I don't feel good.
He goes, I am not telling mama that you're out there. And I locked the door. I'm going to sleep. No accountability on his part. That's okay. I'll get him in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
You locked me out. Well, it reminds me of my 19-year-old when he was little. He's same age too, same age as him. My uncle was there. And we were sitting out back. It's at the old house. We were sitting out back, and he had his keys. And Uncle Tom would always keep his keys on his hip, on his, on his belt, a little hook thing. And we were sitting out
Yeah.
there talking, and the son was out there. All of a sudden, he goes in, and my uncle goes to walk in the house, and goes, and the door's locked.
Oh
Oh,
no.
and so we're looking, we're looking in, and he's like, that little booger. And he's knocking on it. He's like, come on, unlock the door, unlock the door. Because he goes, and as soon as he realizes the door's locked, he reaches down for his keys so he can unlock it.
Mm-hmm.
and, and he looks, and my son, he's standing there with the keys. And he's only 2 years old. But he wasn't just standing there with the keys. He pushed the bar stool over to the refrigerator, opened the refrigerator, had it wide open, and sitting there with his piece of bologna. Ugh, I can't stand bologna, but he loves it. He's sitting there and he's chomping down that bologna and he's just looking at us.
Oh my gosh.
Uncle Tom's like, just unlock the door, unlock the door. He's like, oh man. And I said, hold on, Uncle Tom. So I ran around the side because we had the side door of the garage. And I ran in there and thank goodness that door was unlocked. And whip on in there. I'm like, what are you
Mm-hmm.
doing? He's just smiling like, what? I got my bologna. After that, Uncle Tom made sure he was always, anytime my son went near him, he'd reach down and I got my keys.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're lucky you didn't go get in the car and take off.
With his baloney.
My little baloney. I'm going to the store to get some bread and mustard. I
Oh,
don't
fried
know.
bologna is so good with lots of mayo and
Ugh,
a
no mayo.
good homegrown tomato. But it has to be homegrown.
Mm-mm-mm. I like it fried, but it's got to be burnt. I like
Oh,
like
burnt. Absolutely. It's got to be burnt.
just like my hot dogs. But there's a restaurant here in Texas somewhere. I want to say it's down. Think isn't down in Killeen. I think is where it is. I don't know, somewhere over there. That they specialize in bologna sandwiches
Mm-hmm.
and thick bologna set. It's crazy. I was like, oh my goodness, people love it.
Yeah. Have you ever had garlic bologna?
I think I have.
Oh, love it.
Look, I'm just trying to enjoy this fresh hot cup of coffee, and I keep turning around. I got PTSD now. I keep looking to see who's over there trying to lock me out of the house.
Never had pickled ring bologna. Yes, Bugsy, garlic bologna is good.
You like that garlic bologna, huh?
They sell it at Walmart in the deli.
Hmm. See, I'm just not that into bologna. I mean, it's just,
Well, I'm not either, but
my kids love it though. I'm like, hey, okay, here you go. You know, if they know there's bologna in there, well, hell, it's just like anything else. They know there's food in there. Do not get cheese sticks because they gone.
hmm
The bologna, it'll be gone. Because they go in there, they just grab it and they, because they snack on it. They don't always, have it for a sandwich or anything. So point is you can't count on the bologna being there for a sandwich. If you're gonna make bologna sandwiches or something, no. You got to
hmm
make sure there's bologna left because if they know what's in there, they're all going in there and grabbing, going and grabbing that piece and chomping down. Pickles. Oh, I haven't even checked to see if they ate all the pickles while I was gone.
You know they did.
Probably did. They probably both could. It doesn't take long though. Yeah, I mean they're big, huge jars, but I mean there's 5
You got
kids
this
and
huge family.
the grandbaby's 6. If they
hmm
got any friends over, then it's gone.
Yep.
Pickles are so good. Yes, yes, yes. And they love the big dill pickles, And they always, how it is. They got to make sure they get the big one. You
Yeah.
know, my youngest son is really bad at it. He goes, this one's mine, Mom. He grabs it.
hmm
He sure is. Okay. Yeah, the pickles, man, they'll have those as snack. I mean, that's just a snack. Of course, they have a lot of things that are snacks for them. Pickles,
hmm
pop, fruit. And they don't even consider the fruit a snack, I don't think. They just consider it something tasty to eat, but not filling.
Right.
Hmm. Well, let's not talk about the cucumbers. I got competition with the cucumbers. Because I've been on a kick with cucumbers and ranch dressing. Man, I gotta make sure I put some aside so I can have a couple because they find out there's cucumbers, they're gone too. Can't complain. It's good, healthy stuff. Ooh, your grandkids gave you a list. Yeah, well, they know what they want. My granddaughter comes in and she tells me what she wants. She'll
Yes,
go
she
into
does.
the she'll go. I go, you want this? She goes, no. And she's pointing. This? No, yeah. That. Okay. Or she goes into Charlie girl, remind me I gotta go tomorrow when I go up to the store. I gotta get popsicles.
Okay. You mean ice?
Yep. I gotta get some ice. Because she's coming over tomorrow, so she's going straight to that freezer looking for them.
hmm
Oh, you bought them Easter snack. Yeah. They love 'em. Yeah. I'm telling you. Well, I can't eat the Bugsy. That's the problem. That's why I got to get more. Because, I mean, they come in and, she wants ice. Well, as soon as, how it is with kids, as soon as one has something, everyone else has got to have it too. They can be at the back of the property and it's like they hear the popsicle wrapper and they come running and they say, oh, can we have one too? So, I mean,
hmm
so it's like, yeah, I always make sure that there's at least enough for everybody. It just, yeah, popsicles. What are those one popsicles? I just love those popsicles. I haven't gotten them for a little bit. Uh,
The fruit
peach,
ones?
yeah, peach pineapple ones.
Yeah.
Oh, oh my gosh, they're so good. And I just love the consistency of them. Yeah, and I had to get the dye-free ones because my daughter's really particular about what her child has in her body. So I try to
hmm
All right, I get the dye free,
She's a
healthy one.
good mama.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you like bomb pop? Bugsy, how can you still like bomb pops after what we witnessed on these YouTube streets with those? Just asking. I
Hey,
still
I
like them too.
still like them.
I do, but I do always think of that every time I see them.
Hmm.
I don't know, Echo, but we do. Oh, Echo, I saw this recipe. Do you remember it, Charlie Girl? It's a protein orange sickle drink.
Yeah. Oh, that looked amazing.
It did look so good. You get the orange protein. You get the vanilla protein shake, and they used the Premier is what they were showing, but I'm sure any protein drink would work, right? And then
Hmm.
you have your crushed ice, and then you take your the crushed drink mix,
Hmm.
put mixed all up and blend it together, and then you can put your whipped topping of whatever you want on it or whatever,
Hmm.
And did it look so good? Oh my gosh, it looks so good. I screenshotted it, but it was like, really the only thing in there would be the shake. That's where your
Right.
calories, all that would come from because the crushed thing doesn't have anything in it. The ice doesn't have anything in it. Now your whipped topping, but they were saying you could make that out of your almond milk or almond vanilla, or I don't know. I wouldn't put that in there, but that's just me. I would just opt to not have that. I don't have to have the whipped topping.
You could do the same thing because remember me telling you how I love Slim Fast?
Yeah.
And you can get Slim Fast. It's a protein. Uh, all you'd have to do is get the vanilla and then add one of those orange
Hmm.
packets to that.
Yeah, that's what they
So,
do. But you crush the ice. You know how you blend the
oh
ice.
yeah, oh yeah,
But it just looks so good.
make it like a
But yeah,
smoothie.
cold foam. Yeah. And of course they had it in a nice little cup that looked like a Starbucks one. The clear Starbucks, the little lid and the straw to make it
Mm-hmm.
look, like more legit. I was like,
Right.
presentation is everything.
That's right.
Oh no, little text. Oh no, the belt broke on her car after. Well, at least it was after work. Give you a little time to fix it, I guess. I'm sorry. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, they do come up with Yeah, Echo. There's a lot of different ones you can make. The root beer. I mean, there's so many options. So many options. I did try. Sonic has those. Do you remember me telling you about that, Charlie Girl? The different drink options you can get through Sonic, and they tell you.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, I ordered each one because it's Sprite Zero with this, and I know what
Mm-hmm.
it was. I told you I think I would not order this again, and
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. I didn't even drink a quarter of it. Okay. I guess the maid came into the room and threw it away, anyways. But um, I just and I know what it is. Is the peach? You know how peach has that very artificial flavor to it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what it was. Remember, I told you it tasted like perfume.
Yeah.
If I was to drink perfume, this is what I
Like
think it would taste.
potpourri.
Yeah. And it's like, oh no. And I was trying to figure it out, and I was like, oh, that's what it is. The peach has that very artificial, and I don't like the way that tastes. Just like, well, anything artificial like banana. There's some of those I don't like. It just all depends on how they do it or whatever. But that one was no good. I did not like it. Superman ice cream and Nutty Donuts are a Michigan thing. Oh, really? Superman ice cream.
Not a fan of Superman ice cream.
Really? What
Mm-mm.
is it? What's in it?
It's the blue and I don't know. It's just, I don't like it.
Well, look, one of my favorites from childhood is bubblegum ice cream. Oh, So good. And I found at the
Bubblegum ice cream.
yes,
I don't
at
think I've ever
the
had it.
what? You've never had Mexican? You've never had
What?
bubblegum ice cream?
Uh-uh.
Say it isn't so. Oh my
Uh-uh.
gosh, you never go.
It
Oh,
don't
Charlie
it
girl.
don't sound good. Look, that sounds just like I'd put that up there with Superman ice cream.
So
Mm-mm.
I bet you'd like. I
It
bet you would.
reminds me of Play-Doh.
Nope, it's not Play-Doh. I think you'd like it because it's more like frosting. To me, it reminds me more of a frosting flavor than it does
Oh,
daggone.
well, now that might be different.
Say, at least try the ice cream part. The gum is really not a big, Although I'll tell you, at the Mexican grocery store that I go to, they got this one, and it's a certain brand because they have two different brands. In those cases that they have with the ice creams and stuff, they
Mm-hmm.
have two different brands. So you always got to make sure you get the right one because they have a bubblegum one that it's so creamy. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what's in it. I don't want to know, but I get them and I enjoy them, and it's so good. And it's not ice cream through, or it's not bubblegum throughout it. Like if you get bubblegum ice cream, it's
Mm-hmm.
actually one little piece of round bubblegum at the bottom of the thing.
Yeah.
And my kids are like, if you don't want the gum, I'll take it.
Dree, I don't think I've had fried ice cream. I've seen it, but I don't think I've had it.
What? Uh, Charlie
What?
girl, this is getting to be like Dre never leaving Michigan, okay? Like, this is unbelievable.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
Echo.
fried
There's a lot of alternative recipes that you can make it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I like our Rocky Road too. Yes, and cake
I
batter
like
ice cream.
butter pecan.
Oh yeah, yeah. Mexican ice cream shops are so good. Well, ours is a little Mexican store that has like everything, which has they have the bakeries. I know it's not like that everywhere, but down here it is. Because we're right across the border there. Um, you find the hole in the wall places that don't look like nothing. Like if they got bars on the windows, it's even better. That's where you need to go.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you can find some of the best Mexican cookies and baked goods. Just baked
Well, see,
goods.
that's the thing. If I go to a Mexican restaurant and I eat, I'm so disgustingly full. I don't want dessert. So
Well, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry.
now, for my birthday, they took me to a Mexican restaurant and they brought out um I can't say
Tres,
it.
tres leche.
Tres dulce cake.
Tres
Oh,
leche.
tres leche cake.
Leche.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing. You didn't have to chew it. It was so moist and yummy.
Yeah, they really are. Well, it's all the milk in them.
Hmm. We three of us shared it. It was so good.
The three milk cake.
Butter pecan cake.
Oh yeah.
Yum.
Oh yeah. You know what I seen? I seen
What?
that moonshine. Oh, I wanted to get some.
You saw
That
what?
moonshine.
Oh, right.
Butter
Yes.
pecan. Oh
Yes, Dree, I
man,
said moist.
I would so love that. Letche. I didn't put the T in there. Look at me getting perpitis. Oh, I'm so sorry. She got a
Oh,
T. Leches. I thought it was. I don't know. Oh, I
I
don't know.
love the pineapple sherbet.
Mm. Look,
Love it.
I like the regular old orange sherbet. Oh man, it's so good. Put some ginger ale up in that. Have your little punch. That's good stuff.
Shawty
But
just
then,
had the tres leche cake.
it's good.
She said
It's a,
5 minutes ago.
oh, she got it going on. That's what she does. She got it going on. I like to do the vanilla ice cream with orange soda. Now that's good. This is something you shouldn't be having all the time. If you got the diabetes,
Diabetes.
diabetes, you got that, and you shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
Just saying. I don't know. I don't know how much that helps with bursitis.
Drew, should I say it for Lady Boom Bitch?
It's not what you say; it's how you say it.
I know. Moist.
Yeah. No, I don't like that word. It's just a weird word. I don't like it. But it's all right. I mean, it doesn't send me into convulsions or anything yet. Keep saying it; it might.
Ooh.
German chocolate cakes and that. Why'd you pass them up? Oh man, you could have taken them home, put them in the freezer, saved them, whatever. You never pass up good cake.
Never.
We need to do that Texas sheet cake.
Oh, yeah. That
But
stuff is good.
I need to make that. I mean, I gotta wait until you come out again.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you might want to grab 'em. Just saying. German chocolate cake is German chocolate cake.
Uh-huh. I aim to
uh,
please.
you
Hell,
know,
at least I'm making somebody excited.
I know. Well, you heard how Herb that he tried to deny that shit too.
Yeah.
Are those people who told us that? Are they lying? Why would they even make something like that up? Come on
They
now.
didn't. And look, I am almost sure that I heard somebody else, not heard, but saw in a chat somewhere that she has done it in another community and did the very same thing, had a slip of the camera and turned it on. Yeah.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Mm-mm.
Charlie girl, I did not know that. This is news to me.
Yep.
Well, boom boom. Huh. Maybe you ought to control your hand movement and you wouldn't be having a slip of the camera. Slip, oops.
I
Come
don't
on
think it
now.
was a slip.
And probably not. Apparently, stars. That's what.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, Dree said saw and heard. Oh my God, Dree, get out of here.
Okay, I gotta know, Dree. Was the octopus present?
Of course, that's how they put the camera and still held on to everything else. Exactly, Elta. How the hell do you have a cam slip doing that?
Uh-huh.
I don't think it was an accident either.
Well, they probably, I mean, if you think about it, they've pushed the envelope and they've gotten away with a lot. So maybe they were just trying to see what they could
How
get away with. Yeah.
they're gonna have a regular menage a trois right there in the Discord. That's what he's hoping for.
Hmm.
That's sick.
Now, is
That
that what they got on probation for, or was it something else?
you know what? I'm not. I don't remember. It was also muddled. I'm trying to remember. There was probation. I think no. If I remember this correctly, the probation was because he told Cornstick to grab
Right.
him.
Right.
Okay, that's what it was.
So termination should have been this incident, but who knows?
Slap in the wanky. I mean, I I'm sorry, but that's just mm. Yeah, exactly. If you got probation for that, anything goes.
Shining.
What?
That's how
Shine.
that's how to say shining. Shining. Jana. Jana.
Stars. Yeah, you know
Oh,
that's not true. You know that's not true.
salami. I don't think it was a salami. I think it was a
The little
what was
Vienna
it?
sauce.
Yeah.
Vienna.
Mm-hmm.
By Libby.
Yeah.
The
Libby,
Libby.
Libby, Libby on the label, label, label.
maybe she did send him to boot camp.
Oh,
He could go over there and he could slap one out over there, right? He can pound them out in boot camp. Go ahead, bud.
take your time.
Try. Look at that gross. That's so gross.
I know.
And they're gonna do that, and then you're gonna say, "Boom's still around." Are you serious? Oh, you're disgusting. I can't even. I cannot like that. What's a cupcake? Yeah, you know that. I'm just not even going to address that. I can't.
Well,
Mm-mm.
I think because there are urban definitions for a cupcake and a what was the other thing?
Corn on the cob. Corn
Corn
cob.
on the cob. There are urban definitions for those, um, and I think that may be what they were referring to.
I don't
But
know. I
we
didn't.
know good and damn well they know what that is.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Mhm. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, I'm thinking now. It wasn't that they were spanking the monkey on another platform. It was they threatened to unalive somebody. So that's a
Oh.
pattern. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Look it up, Shouty. Look it up in the Urban Dictionary.
you don't know what a corn cob is or a cupcake? Can't you? I mean, Shawty, you come on, girl. I know you've been with a man, right? You've been with a man. You got kids. You got grandbabies. Shawty, shawty, shawty. Look, look. She has. She's laughing. She knows. I don't know.
Excuse me, not spanking the monkey, spanking the octopus.
Oh, oh gosh. Mm.
Octo dick. I'm sorry.
Boy, you should look.
Oh my god. Oh, he wish. She. They wish.
Like I said, it's not even on the top 20 of furries to be.
Sounds like someone. That's right. That's right.
Oh, okay, Shawty. I got you. She said she ain't never been with a man neither. She said she a virgin. Ma'am. All right, I got you. Look, Shawty over there trying to join the perp Diddy train, ain't ya? Telling some untruths.
What are you eating, little Texas tornado?
I don't think that's true, Shorty, because, well, you could have had insemination instead of, you know, I heard your daughter looks just like you. That's what you know.
Maybe it was immaculate conception.
Yeah, probably was. Now that's, I'd believe that, you know. No, Annika, you don't have to remember anything.
Oh, she said that's her twin,
Hmm.
her daughter.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's not her daughter then, it's her sister.
She eating pork chops.
Oh, pork chops. Pork chops.
Indica said, "Thanks, Shining."
You're welcome. I told her she didn't have time. See? She's still a virgin though. Mm-hmm. Like a virgin. Oh, had a baby
It's
for the
not.
very
Oh,
first
it's
time.
he. Oh.
Look, you say it your way, I say it mine, okay? I've
Okay,
changed the words up on it. Did you not notice that? You didn't even let me
I
say
did. I did.
you had a baby for the very first time. I
Hmm.
didn't have no fun with it. Oh, I'm a virgin. Mm, yeah. Way to go, Shawty. Now I'll be thinking about, changing the words to that song too. Got too many songs in my head that I gotta change up.
Well, did you
Oh,
do it, Little Texas Tornado?
I don't know when she's out there with the busted belt on her car. So she may not have been a princess. Mm-mm-mm. I wouldn't have felt like a princess if I was riding along and the belt busted on my car. I'm just
Mm-mm.
saying. I would have been feeling more like the chambermaid. Dealing with that shit. Like, ah.
She said, "Sure did. I ordered my food in."
All right, there you go. What did you order? Oh, pork chops. Never mind. That's what nightmares are made of. Dad Jack, you're absolutely right. Everything that we just discussed is exactly what nightmares are made of. I'm telling you. Nightmare on YouTube Street. We could do a whole thing on that. Even go brought to you by. Sponsor.
Hmm.
Name all the different.
Or it could be the Twilight Zone. Different episodes of the Twilight Zone.
Oh yeah, the running one would have to be the whole canvas slasher.
Hmm. Yeah, that would
Basement.
be the opener.
Mm-hmm. Six Up's got the basement dweller on hers. You seen the basement dweller on Six Ups?
Oh yeah.
It always cracks me up. It's like, oh my
Hmm.
god,
Ooh.
what
Where'd
do
you
you want
order
the title?
from, Little Texas Tornado? You
Probably
live in
somebody.
Texas. I'm surprised you didn't have Mexican because everywhere we went, it was Mexican food, which I was not complaining at all.
No, because it's good.
Hmm.
Stars, right?
Hmm. Domestic engineer. Is that what she was for
Yeah.
Halloween?
Mm-hmm. I think so, wouldn't she? Which I'm not really sure. I was kind of confused how that was. I mean, I don't know. I was kind of, it is what it is. Yeah, I love Mexican food too. Five. The only five? U.S. live in a small town. Well, there's no Mexican restaurants in my town, but the one town we go to, we've got quite a few of them. Trying to think, there's like 6 or 7 of them. Yeah. You think she was drunk, Stars? I don't know. I mean, there's a couple people that if they're drunk, I really couldn't be able to tell anyways. Oh, 7,000? Yeah, that's a little bit smaller. I mean, it's still way bigger than where I live, but way smaller than where I've been, have lived before. You think she would? She may have been. I don't know. I don't know. You think she was drunk, Charlie Girl? Oh, Charlie Girl's muted. She's probably on the stop.
No,
Stop.
what? What?
Yo, do you think she was drunk last Halloween?
I didn't
Yep,
see
yep.
that live. I didn't see that live, so I don't know.
And she came up as a domestic. You didn't see that?
Mm-mm. I just saw the after effects of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, College Station. I go there quite often. That's a nice little town, too. Yeah, Dree. We don't even have that many where I live. Oh, she put a bounty on Precious Chaos. Oh my god, what? Oh, you were born there. Okay. That's a nice area. Big college town, though. It's a lot nicer to go there when college is out. Way nicer.
I bet.
Yeah, trying to get anywhere in College Station when college is in. Oh my goodness. Texas A&M, baby. But you know what? They're so sweet. Those kids are really good kids. Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe not all of them are, but I mean, the ones I've run into were always so sweet. Aggie fan for life. There you go. Dree, you said don't blink, you'll drive through. You know what, Dree? Look, look, look. You talk about small town. When we bought this place out here, we want to move out to the country, right? No regrets. I love it. But I had said to my husband, I said, I really would like to go venture off and find the downtown area.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, oh boy, when I found out there wasn't no downtown area. This is it. Oh,
Yep.
well, all right. And when I say the town is small, the school is small. Like I said, there's, if it's 30 kids in a graduating class, which I don't even know the last time there was 30 kids in a graduating class. I think the big one was 27. Okay. So the kids know everybody. Everybody knows everybody. Right. And when we moved out here, we moved from a huge school. I mean, well, 700, 800 kids in a class. I mean, it was crazy, right? So my kids were used to the big schools and all the money that flows through them, and they were also used to the cliques and just how kids are. And we moved out here, and my oldest son, who was in school at that time, was my 19-year-old because the other ones had all graduated. And then so he was the next in line, and he was like, wow. He says, everybody talks to everybody here. And I said to him, I said, sweetie, there's no option. I said, everybody's got to talk to everybody because you don't have much of a choice. Y'all are all you got. And he's like, yeah, there's no division. He says, and he said this to me. He goes, the pretty girls talk to everybody. Because, when you're the eighth and ninth grade, yeah,
Aw.
was important. And I guess he was thinking he wasn't too cute or something. I don't know. But he found out, all the girls like, he's
Mm-hmm.
beautiful girlfriends. I'm like, whoo-wee. But, he's a cutie patootie and those dimples shine like the Northern
Oh yeah.
Star. Okay. So he gets them and they're like, oh, hey. And so he really enjoyed that being out here is that they don't have those divisions of, you're this, you're that, or whatever, So that's been nice. And I think that's good for the kids too. Small red clay roads, yeah. I don't know. We get bumpy roads out here. All corners matter. That's right, Dre. Even if they blink and miss yours, it still matters, sonny. Oh, Tamagotchis are going to be the it toy this year. They're coming back. Hmm. Aren't those the ones? Aren't those the ones that we had when we were growing up? Is that what you're talking about? Those little, is that what they were called? The little Tamagotchis?
It's ones that our kids had. I don't think we had them.
Our kid. Well, okay, yeah. Wait a minute. Yeah,
There,
you're right.
you have to feed it or it dies. Your little character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's one, right? We had something like that. I'm trying to think what maybe it was my kids' stuff, and they left me to babysit it or something. I probably their Tamagotchi probably didn't survive. I mean, oh really? Kin to everybody. Yeah, that's about small town. You're getting one, Dre. You get your little Tamagotchi. Keep them going. They're probably different from when back then. They're probably a lot more cutting edge now.
Yeah, but
Uh,
I bet you can make some good money selling one from back in the day.
you might be able to.
OG.
They were real digital back then.
Mm-hmm.
I never really understood them. Like, feed them? Why do I need what? You know?
It's the same shit you do on Timu.
No, no, no.
Oh
Because on
yeah.
Temu, those little fishes are cute and they look like a casino game. You
Well,
know?
maybe the new ones will.
That's what I'm saying. Because the other ones were just these little digital, and it was like, oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we used to think Nintendo Nintendo, Super Nintendo. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Super Nintendo would come out. Oh yeah, we thought we were something. We used to stay up all night playing that game, sleep a couple hours, get up and start all over again. And now you look back at that and you're like, oh my gosh, these graphics suck.
I remember the very first time that I played the Atari.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Donkey Kong and Pac-Man, baby. Asteroid.
Frogger. I love Frogger and the tennis thing. I don't know what that was called.
Pong.
Pong. Yeah. Loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I can still hear that. Boom, boom,
Bing, bing.
boom.
Yes. Oh yeah. It was just a little square little thing with the stick and a little red button, and then they made
Oh
them
yeah.
aerodynamic.
With the cord.
Remember? Yeah, of course. And then you'd have to blow on the game. You put it in there to get.
Here, let me take it out. Put it back in there.
We were high tech, man. And then they
Oh.
had. You remember the Commodore 64?
No, I didn't have that.
Okay, the Commodore 64. They had the Commodore 120, but my dad was like, "Nope, we got to get the Commodore 64." He had all these reasons because he was a real techie guru guy. He's a nuclear engineer for crying out loud, so he had to make sure he got a certain one. Well, my mom's game on that one was Centipede. She loved that game. She'd sit there and play Centipede. And you'd hear it, the little thing going. And that was
Oh
fun
yeah.
too. Remember,
Mm-hmm.
it was a tape. Before floppy disks and shit came out, it was a tape.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh yeah, I go floppy disk. Yep, man. Mm. Yeah, my ex-boyfriend. Oh, I think there's a story with that one. A lot of you like Tetris. Yeah, Tetris was good too. I don't know. There were so many good ones. I'm telling you, man. Those were back in the day. We were so excited when my friend Connie and we sat there. This was back. We were young Navy wives, with babies and stuff. And we conquered Super Mario, and then we had to start over again. And then when we get to the parts that made us cringe, we're like, man, we already did this once, you know?
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I'll never forget
Yes,
getting a,
Keelan.
I'll never forget getting a 300 on the Wii bowling, and that mofo did not save my score.
Mhm.
I'm
See?
still pissed off about that. But I had
And
witnesses.
well, you didn't have the receipt, so it didn't happen, sweetie.
Oh yes, it did. I had witnesses. That's my receipt.
Yeah, okay. If you think their word's going to hold any kind of water, well, there you go.
Well, I mean, it didn't matter. It still didn't save it. Oh my God, I was so mad.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know. I've never had to deal with the whole fake baby thing. We've not had to do that. I've always seen it on TV. Heard other people have to do it, but we've never had to do it.
What's that?
The fake baby.
I don't think I did either, which surprises me because I took home ec. Is that where they
Mm-hmm.
did it, or maybe that was in health class? I don't know.
Been. I don't know, but they've never had. My kids never had to do any of that. But in all fairness, all of my kids have had the opportunity to have real life babies.
There you go. Because you were
So
adopting them.
yes, and so they all know the value and they understand
Not meaning
parenting.
that they had real life babies, but you
No,
adopted real life babies.
yeah, so they understand. My 30-year-old daughter, she'll tell you, oh my gosh, babies are such a responsibility. All my kids will tell you that. And it's funny the conversations that they have, but they know because we've had so many babies, and they understand you don't just get to give them back. You got to hold on and you got to, they understand, they see all the work that goes into it. And even my babies, the twins, they still get to see the baby thing because of the grandbabies. So
Right.
it's been nice that even the younger kids get to still experience that without us having to take on more babies. Absolutely not. I'm not doing any more, guys. I'm sorry. And I never thought I would get to that point because I've always thought, hey, man, you bring a baby to me and I'll take it. Now I'm like, sorry. You need to go next. Somebody else. Sorry. Now, if it was my grandbaby, I'd do it in a heartbeat. Oh, she's never heard of any. Oh, Echo, that's sad. Yeah, no. My kids didn't have to do any of that. You've never had a baby egg brought home or anything. I kind of looked forward to it. I thought it'd be a cool thing, and nope, nobody's ever had to do it. I don't know. Maybe they were just like, we're not even trusting these kids with an egg. I mean, I could see how it would turn out. I mean, it would be bad. It would be bad. And I already know my kids would be, they'd already check out the marking and have it down pat, and they'd be trying to do a different egg, and it would just, there'd be a counterfeit egg they'd turn in and swear up and down it was the same one. I already know. It would not be good. You'd be like, what happened to the real egg? Nothing. This is the egg. You remember? See, I never had that. I'm telling you, sad. You're not too old, Echo. Look, Echo. You're never too old. You could at least foster. You don't have to adopt, but you could foster if you still wanted to. There are definitely a lot of options there. If you, I mean, but you're never too old. I'm telling you, I got friends who were in their 60s doing it, and she still fosters, and she's in her 70s now. and adopted the babies that she had. They're same age as my twins. No, they're a little. I think they're one is a year older. Two of them are a year older than the twins, and then she had two more that were a little bit older. They're in junior high and high school now. Um, they're a few years older, but they did it, and she still does it. She's a go-getter, man. She goes for it, and they never will turn down you because of your age or anything. We were supposed to get fake babies, but the school before us getting them all broke. Oh no, they broke all the babies. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you had experience and patience. Oh, I love Ulta, I know. But you know, look, this is what my friend used to say. All right, Charlie girl, let me know when you're back and you want to come back up. Well, if you want to come back up, she's probably done with it now. Look, she's like, I'm out of here. Gotta go get my Diet Coke. Um, you know, a lot of people would say that, you know, I can't foster because, you know, I just couldn't handle seeing him leave, which I get it. Trust me, I get it. Um, but believe there are going to be some that you're like, phew, thank goodness she came to get him, you know. You love them, but sometimes you know, you are like, ooh, all right. I hope you have a good time, you know. Um, but the way my friend always put it is she said, it's not about you. And she's absolutely right. And that is the one thing that you do. For me, anyways, and you know, for a few of us, it was you really have to put yourself out of the equation because the behaviors you would get, you know, all the stuff that you have to deal with, the night terrors, you know, the doctor's appointments, the endless doctor's appointments, the having to go and get forensic pictures taken, you know, going to this specialist, going to that therapist, going, you know, I mean, you know, they have, you know, occupational therapy, speech therapy, you know, just so many. I mean, there's so many people, and we were lucky because we had a lot of them come to the house. We had occupational therapists, speech therapists. They came to the house. They knew who we were. Every time we get a kid who need them, boom, they're like, hey, okay, we'll be there, and they'd set up the time, you know. And every week they'd come out and see them, or twice a week, whatever it was they needed. And you know, there's just a lot of things there to. It's crazy, but it's always, you know, there's just so much that's required to do, but you always have to remember you're not part of the equation. And I know that sounds, some people may not understand that, but when they're having a meltdown or they're triggered by something and you don't know what it is, you learn real fast. You learn real fast. Like my kids, this is kind of, I loved it, but it's kind of sad really because that there would even be a need for my kids to learn this and to know it. But it got to a point where my kids would see behaviors and they go, hey mom, did you know they ever go through this? Because, you know, and I'd be like, why? And they said, because they're doing this, you know. um so they would pick up on things, and they got to a point where they could tell this child's been through this. You know, like we had a kiddo who somebody would come to the door and they would run and hide and cry. And I was like, oh my gosh. Or, you know, not come to the door, but they would leave. That's what it was. When somebody would leave the house, they would run and hide into the smallest corner they could get to. And there was usually this one piece of furniture they would go and hide in. And, you know, I was like, come here, baby, what, you know. And sure enough, it's because they had been left home alone. And I mean, that was obvious. You know, you understand that somebody walking out of the door is meaning that you're going to be here alone. And that terrifies you because, you know, there was things that happened. And sure enough, that's what we found out. We also had two of our kiddos that we ended up adopting. Every time the car would stop, B would scream out, I want out, I want out, I want out, I want out. And then his younger brother, who was just a baby and couldn't speak, would just start bawling his eyes out. So every time the car would stop, that behavior would start, right? Again, it has nothing to do with us. It has nothing to do with mom and dad, foster parents, nothing. What happened was, and I told my husband, I said, they've been left in the car. Sure as shit, they were left in a car. And that was the last time they were with the parents. Because cops were called and CPS was called. And it was a long case prior to that. They'd been in foster care before. And, so that was the final straw. They left him in the car and went into a store and continued to shop. And they were, high as a kite and everything else. So, there's certain behaviors and stuff that you see that you're just the recipient. You receive it. And that's all you're doing. So when you can take yourself out of the equation and you just have to look at it and say, you're just a soft place for them to land and to lay their heads, to be safe, to be secure. And it is very hard because you do have to learn the children. And for me, what we always did was we wouldn't go anywhere for a few days. And we had kids in and out constantly. So there was constantly, you always give it a couple days where you don't go anywhere because they need to settle in. You don't know what's going to happen if you take them out somewhere. They've been through this traumatic experience of being removed from their home, no matter how horrible it is. That was still their home. It was still their parents. And for those of us who know how wrong it is for children to be treated that way, in their minds, it's normal. There's nothing wrong with it. All they're seeing is that you took me away. You took me out of my home. You took my mom and dad away. Sometimes you've taken my siblings away too. So you strip that from them, no matter how bad it is and how dysfunctional it is, they don't see it that way. And it is their, you have to look at it from their viewpoint. And again, it's not about us. It's, yeah, you fall in love with them. You don't want them to go. Yes, there were some really, really hard ones for us. But I wouldn't trade it for all the stories that we have. We were, and there's some of the kids we still have contact with. And there were some kids that really bonded with my kids. And they still, it's really good experience. I really enjoyed it. My kids we enjoyed it, but then they do some rough stuff with it, being left. Yeah. Oh, get out too. Well, I mean, she could say that, but I mean, it wasn't just they were, I mean, they were like panicked, like panic with it. The crying. And I mean, it was like meltdown. Not just, I want to get out, I want to get out. It was a meltdown. I maybe didn't explain that well enough. I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, Isla Volta, I don't know if I've seen them. I probably have. I've seen quite a few of them. We, you know, that's, kind of what look. This is why I always say God's plan is God's plan. It's usually never your plan, but you just have to trust it. Even if you don't understand it, maybe one day you will. But God's plan is always bigger than yours could ever imagine. I started it in saying I wanted to keep sibling groups together. We attempted to do that with a group of 5. Out of those 5, and then this is crazy because it's a long story, but we had 4 of them. And I had looked at my husband because this case was going to court and all this, and I had said to him, oh, it just like hit me one day, and I just looked at him and I said, one thing we haven't discussed? And he's like, what's that? And I said, the fact that we could be left with just L, or one, the one. And he's like, what are you talking about? And I said, he has a different dad. I said, the moms aren't getting him back, but he didn't have a dad who's fighting for him. And my husband was like, oh, that's crazy. Sure as shit, that's exactly what happened. So we had a sibling group that we were fighting for, and the courts were fighting. Long story, and you know, reunification is always number one, except for when that situation is a horrible situation. This was a case that I never thought I'd be mixed up in. I never thought it would be in my home. I never thought it would be my heart on the line. That I had to say goodbye to our babies that we cared for and loved and just adored and protected. And they could not look at me and tell me that they were going to a safe place. And that pissed me off. That broke my heart. That just about did me in, y'all. That just about did me in. I still have a really hard time with that because I know they're not in a good place. I know what happened. I know what that dad did. And it's just a long story how the system failed him. And then that's, you know, crazy, but it's just how it was. Yes, Eliza. Yep, that's what you have to do. That's what, you know what? And there's certain steps you have to do. Like with these kiddos, like we would end up just circling around. Like you could not park the car and wait. Like if one of us had to run into the store just to grab something real quick, go in and pay for gas or something, you 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 had to keep driving. We would just drive around because if you went and parked, it was meltdown city. Even if you're sitting right there in the driver's seat, it was meltdown. So that's what we used to do is we would just drive around the parking lot, wait, and then you know, I'd come out of the store, my husband would come out and shoot, you know, get in and go. You know, if you're just running in to grab something quick, you could not park and wait. You had to keep driving. So we did that for a while, and you know, there's just certain processes that everything that there's an issue, there's a way to fix it. You just it has to take time. It takes time, and just taking the steps to do it, and understanding you have to meet them where they're at, not where you want them to be or where you think they should be. That doesn't play a role in it either. Don't think because that child's been with you. I had one foster parent say, "Well, they've been with us 6 months. They should know better than to do that. Eat garbage out of the trash," is what this one baby was doing. And I just looked and I said, "You do realize that's a food issue, and that will be with her for the rest of her life." 6 months compared to how long was it she was starved? Didn't That's the only way she could fend for herself? It's not going to go away in just 6 months, unfortunately. There's certain things that you got to do to get them past that, you know? Yeah, foster home to foster home. Yeah, it is. It's sad. It's really hard. It is really. It's yeah. And unfortunately, the more foster homes they go to, it gets sometimes it's really rough when they're part. You know, mm, when you get them and you have to deal with it. You know, that's why people say. I've had people say, "Well, you get paid," as if you're making millions of dollars or something. I told them, I said, "You know what? You want to break it down? Break down that little stipend that they give you every month, which that stipend is not for you, by the way. It's for the babies. That's why you get that stipend. It's to help cover clothing because most of them come with nothing. It's helped to cover food, diapers, wipe ups, formula if they're babies. Even though they get WIC, it doesn't cover the formula for the whole month. It doesn't cover the baby food or anything else. You know, it's really not that much money. So if you sit here, if you're spending it on the kids, let's rephrase that, okay? And this is one thing that got my goat, y'all. And I'll be oh, it made me so mad. There was this one foster parent. She's no longer a foster parent, but I definitely vocalized. There's a couple of us who did. So why are they fostering? And you see these pictures that she's posting. She posted a picture of the kids from the back going into somewhere. They were going to a party or something, a park or something. I could not believe the clothes that they had on them. And I said, that is bullshit. They probably look worse than when they came into care. Because y'all know, some of these kids come into care, a lot of them come in. Man, I don't ever burn their clothes, but you probably should. I'd wash their shit, I'd fold it, and I'd put it on the closet shelf and keep it for them for if they left or anything else. They deserve to be in clean clothes, new clothes, fresh. They deserve to have their hair fixed. They deserve to look like $1,000,000 when they go out the door. Don't dress them in clothes that are too small with holes in them. Don't tell me that you have to go to the thrift store to buy them damn clothes. No. You get that monthly stipend. You take that money and you buy the kids some clothes. You buy them some pajamas. You got to buy them everything: underwear, socks, shoes, flip-flops, slides, slippers, all of it. Go to the freaking stores. I'm a bargain shopper. When I tell you, you can go to the outlets, go to Carter, Oshkosh, all those things, and you can get better deals than you can at Walmart. Go to the Nike outlet. There are outlet shoe places that you can go to and you can get really good shoes for a decent price. But spend the money on them and go get them some clothes. Don't let them go to a meeting. Don't let them go see the parents or whoever, whatever visitation they have. Don't let them go out the door to go to school or to wherever it is, if you put them in daycare or whatever. Don't let them go out to the store looking like shit. I'm sorry, that pisses me off. And it's absolutely horrible. Don't sit there dressing them in rags. That, never mind, this foster parent got on there saying, oh, well, this one needs such and such for, begging for shit on Facebook. I'm like, why can't you go get them a pair of pants for that play? What? It's a pair of pants. Okay, either way, you get that monthly stipend. When you break it down to all the stuff that you have to get, okay, that money goes towards the children if you do it right. It absolutely goes towards the children. Now, don't tell me I foster to make money. Please. You go and you look and you see those kids are wearing Nikes. They're wearing Reeboks, Vans. If they're teenagers, it's whatever they wanted to put on their feet. But it was a good pair of tennis shoes. And that was my one rule. We have to have one good pair of tennis shoes. For the, like the girls, the teenage girls and stuff. You have to have one good pair of tennis shoes. Like Reeboks, Nikes, something decent on your feet that's not going to fall apart. And then you can get the sand, stuff like that you want. That's fine. But when you break all that down, then break down, tell me when you're up endless hours at night, waiting for the placement to come, it's 3 o'clock in the morning because they're at the hospital all day and all night, and you're waiting for the caseworker to arrive. The laundry that you have to do because you have ones that are bedwetters, right? Then you have all these situations that happen because they've been through traumatic experiences. And some of them are not nice and pretty. They aren't. They're not things that people want to talk about. They don't want to discuss the ugly parts, right? The rougher parts. Why that you have to do laundry is so much laundry. Okay? There's some situations, and this is not the kid's fault. It's a product of what their parents have done. It's the result. These are the results that you're getting at. Then you take staying up all night because, being woke up in the middle of the night several times because, poor little thing is having night terrors, screaming out in the middle of the night. People are in your house waking up, scared to death, thinking something's going on because they're having night terrors. That's got to be one of the hardest things. I tell you, for me, that hurt my heart so bad. Doctor's appointments. Constant doctor's appointments. Like I said, all the therapy appointments, caseworkers coming in and out of your house, attorneys coming in and out of your house. I mean, we had, my door was a swinging door. So when you have foster kids, that's the thing that it's like, what are you talking about? It's a job. Are you kidding me? No, you don't get paid to do this. There's no way. There's not enough money in the world you could pay me to do that if I didn't want to do this for the kids. And that little stipend that you give me that I put all towards the kids anyways, no, it would not be enough. You know what I mean? So if you were to break that down by all the hours, and let's not mention when they go to school and all that entails. I mean, y'all know when you have your own kids in school, if they got issues or whatever. Well, you got foster kids. Guess what? You're going to be up at the school a lot. I know, Proud Marie Mom. I'm so excited for you. Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, Echo. It's more of a labor of love if you're doing it for the right reasons. And let me tell you, one of my kiddos, they came. He came from a home, and they were quote unquote a group home. We were a group home too because we had over 6 children. We had 6 biological children, and we were able to take on 6 more. That's a group home. At that time, they've changed it now. But he came, and he'd been in foster care at this home, and they took all boys, and they didn't want him because he wasn't. There's different levels of on foster care. Okay, so you have your basic, which is minimal pay, right? Then you and it go. There's 3 increments. So if they're severe, in other words, they've got like serious issues, and they're on this medication that you can go to a doctor and put them on, then you get paid more, right? So because he was basic, they didn't want him. They only took more of the severe kids, right? So they were getting really good money. They were. And I'm thinking, okay, well, you know what? I mean, mm, this kid should have clothes. He should have this and that. Um, I was very disappointed, and I did voice my displeasure on this one because it pissed me off. My kid comes in, he's 6 years old, he's a little guy, and he doesn't have any fucking clothes that fit him. I'm telling you, he had size 18 shirts. Excuse me? And I asked, I was like, hey, I, called her up. My other foster mom was like, hey, are these his clothes? Maybe did they get mixed up with somebody else? Oh no, those are his. I made sure. I said, well, they're really big. Oh, he likes to wear them big. No, he didn't. No, he did not, because he said these don't fit me. The socks didn't fit him. He had like grown man socks. Oh my gosh, he's 6 years old. Why does he not have? Either way, um, they ended up getting shut down too. By the way, interesting. Um, but I was like, I know how much money you getting coming in for each one of those kids, and so I know you have money. You got money for him. You got a check coming in for him. So why is he not wearing clothes that fit him? And they don't look all that great anyways. That's when you know somebody's doing it for that paycheck, and they're not putting any of it towards the kids. That made me mad. Yeah. Oh, I know. I love it. That is sad when they age out. Yeah, the oldest one we adopted was 16 when we got the adoption done. He was 15 when we got him. Yeah. Some of them, though, there are cases where they don't want to be adopted because, and that it sounds bad, but some of them don't want to be. And it's awesome if they're in a foster home that's in agreement with it, but they'll choose not to because they have even more services offered to them after they're 18. A different types of services. So there is more for them if they utilize it. Oh man, from nuns. Wow, that's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah. I mean, we have 6 kiddos that we adopted. And oh, this is what I was going to say about the whole sibling thing where you try and keep the siblings together. Our 1 out of 5 that we got, that was of no it was, a situation beyond our control and his control. So there was one there. And then we have another two that are also, now this is funny, a sibling group of 5. Only got 2. And I had an epiphany one night driving home from my friend's house, who is also a foster parent. Um, it dawned on me because I was like, you know what, God, why am this is not what I had in mind. This was not my plan. We were supposed to keep these groups together, and I feel like, we're tearing them apart, even though I know we're not tearing them apart, but they're getting tore apart from their sibling group, and this is bullshit because that's not what I wanted. I was separated from my group. Now, this is where the epiphany hit. Oh shit, I got it. Like it hit me like a bolt of lightning. I was okay, I get it. Because I get it. I understand where they're coming from. Okay, thanks. But is this what you got to do to me? I was part of a group of 5, and I was out by myself too. So I have my son, who was part of 5. Boom, it's just him and the other 2 that were also a group of 5. We would have taken all 5 of the kids. We would have taken all 10 of them if it could have been together. But we didn't have control over that. We had no choice and no say in it at all. But my point is it's not about you. And it is really hard as a foster parent because it's your place to protect and to stand up for your foster child or children, and you have to be the spokesperson for them even though you don't count at all because you're just the foster parent. Like you can go to court and say what you got to say, but you have no legal anything because they're not your kids. So they'll ask, your opinion, what you've been seeing, what you've heard. But it carries weight, but it doesn't, if that makes sense. Knowing that you don't have a legal leg to stand on, sometimes it's hard when you're going in front of a judge. However, it doesn't make when I think about, I always say my babies, but when I think about my baby and what they told me, yeah, I'm going to sit here and tell you, I'm going to sit here and fight for their right to not have to go through that and for their right to be heard. They deserve to be heard and to be taken care of. They deserve that. And that's where you do have to stand up and fight for it. And you have to take yourself out of the equation. Is it, Oh man, see, that's sad. She has a lot of kids in the class. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah. Oh, hey, Ava. Yeah, it does make sense. Good. 'Cause I know sometimes it's like, it's hard to understand it. And sometimes it's, there's still situations you don't understand even if you've gone through it. But foster care was really, um, we did it over 5 years, almost 6 years, and I, I'm good. I had 2 of my kiddos ask me that we adopted. Well, Mom, why did you stop doing foster care? I said, I think adopting 6 kids was enough. Don't you think 12? We have a total of 12 kids. And they were like, well, yeah, but there's still a lot of kids out there. Well, I'm sorry. I can't adopt all of them. I'm sorry. I just, but for us, it was very, we had to come to the decision that because we had the kiddos at home, they had to be number one. And even though it broke my heart, and I do understand there's still so many children out there who need someone, my children needed us to be there and to be present. And they didn't need that swinging revolving door, which is exactly what we had, was a revolving door. They didn't need that. They needed consistency in their life. They needed to understand that there wasn't going to be caseworkers coming in and out, that it wasn't going to be, attorneys coming in and out, CASA workers coming out. They needed that to stop so they could settle in. Because every time, even though they were adopted and they knew they weren't going anywhere, you could tell them that till the cows came home. But when that caseworker showed up, with another set of kids, and then they showed up to take them to a visitation. My children reacted to that. So they didn't get a break from it. That they would still react, even though, well, you've been adopted, and you can tell them that. It was like a trigger for them. So, my kids were constantly being triggered, and we just had to come to a decision going, this is it, we're done. And, it helped my kids settle in. Oh, thanks, Echo. I mean, we struggle. Everybody struggles. Parenting is not easy on any level, I don't think. But your kids are worth it. They're all worth it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. PTSD for kids is real. It really is. They definitely, yeah. We've come through a lot of hurdles, and they've come a long way. My husband and I talk about it, and I was like, man, you remember B when he was 2? Yeah, how far he's come. I mean, he's come so far. And I think it's really important for us to remember that. So my husband and I remind each other all the time, because when you are having those really hard moments, because there's still issues, even all these years later, there's still issues that they're having. There's still difficulties they're having, because that part of their life is still part of them. Just because there's an adoption, it's not gone. It's still there. It's very real for them. It is their life. It is what happened to them. And you can't erase it. You can't make it go away. What you have to do is you give them the tools to make it through and to cope. And we're not built in with those. So, that's where the therapies come in. That's really a good thing to have. But we do remember, hey, you know what? It may be challenging because they're doing this right now, but think about where we were 5 years ago. Think about where we were 10 years ago with him. Totally different child now. So come a long way. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, yeah. Ah, she turned 21. Woo, woo. All right. Yeah. Now, did she stay in her life? Did she constantly have visitations, or did those stop after the adoption? Oh, yep. See, same shit. I'm telling you, it's a blessing, isn't it? I know it hurt that for my twins. It hurt my heart so bad because we got them right out of the hospital. They were itty bitty things. I mean, oh my gosh. I was like, are they even supposed to be out of the hospital? He was 3'11" and she was 4'7". That's how much they weighed when they came to my house. They were so tiny. So we had them that whole time, and we got all their firsts, which was one of the things that I wanted. I was like, I just want a baby. I could have all the first with them instead of missing out on all that, just it would be cool. So we ended up getting it, boy and a girl. But you know, I cried because, and see, I always cried whenever they terminated parental rights. And I mean, I did it not in front of the kids or anything, but it always broke my heart because it signifies so much. It's like, yes, we understand that this was necessary for the children, but I also understand what that means. You have severed their connection with the biological family, no matter how dysfunctional that is, no matter how harmful that is. That act in itself is trauma. When you removed them, it was trauma. Doesn't matter if you think it was good or not. So, and it just always breaks my heart for the children. Like, I think of all of it, and I do think of it. I know that these parents are messed up, but I think of it as a mother as well, going, my gosh, if I just lost custody of my child, I would be devastated. And then, my heart breaks because I'm like, you are in such a place, because so many of them are so messed up on drugs that it's like, one day will you sober up and realize what's happened, and how is that going to impact you? Well, with my twins, It really broke my heart because we had to go to mediation, and it was supposed to be a visitation. So my husband and I go, they take the twins to go to visitation, and we go to the courthouse. We're having mediation, and they ended up relinquishing their rights and then ended up saying they were not going to go and see them. And they did not go to see them. And the grandmother was there and she wanted to see them, and they said, nope, if the parents don't want to see them, we're done. They would not let the grandma go see him. Now we have connection with the grandmother, so she gets to visit with them. It's all good, you know. Um, but it broke my heart because I just, you know, I was like, how can you do that? I don't know. I'm just woohoo, you know. And it was with all my kids. I just thought, how can you not love this child so much you would give up anything for them? And so I always say the drug is more powerful because every single one of them we dealt with, there was a drug addiction, and the drugs outruled everything. And it was really, really hard. And it broke my heart because I'm looking at my babies. Like I said, my babies, when they were in my care, they're my babies. Okay. Um, I'm looking at them going, I love you so much. I just can't imagine just walking away. I can't imagine sitting there saying, I'm going to relinquish my rights and we're not going to go see them. One last visit, you know? So we had to go pick up our babies. And I understand that they didn't know because they were only 10, 11 months old. I think it was 10 months. And they didn't understand that they didn't come see them, but I did. I understood it. Oh, you gotcha. Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, that's so sad. That's so sad, Ava. I took a self like that for my angels to be given to me. Oh, that is so. She did that. It was, you know, volunteer. I mean, not volunteer, but she had her reasons to, parental rights, you know, which that's awesome. You know, I think I will never, you know, and I know that's horrible because I mean, I'm talking foster care where they give a half-ass attempt sometimes to try to get their children back. And so many of them don't even show up for visits. Two of my kiddos didn't even show. I mean, they wouldn't even show up for visitation. They showed up for two visitations, and that was it. Never came back. Mm-mm-mm. I don't know. I don't know. And then, and my one, you know, um, the grandmother who we have contact with now. We have two grandmas we have contact with. Um, she drove she did it once a month. Every month she drove 8 hours to come and see the big grandbabies. 8 hours. Parents weren't doing that, but she sure did. And every month she drove that and drove back every month just to go and spend, you know, I think they had 2 hour visitation. I think if a grandma could do that soon, you know, that's what broke my heart is when you got parents who can't even show up, you know. But I do think the options where the mom is saying, you know what, I can't give them the life they need. That takes a lot of courage. That is, that's awesome. Yeah, exactly, Ava. They feel, I mean, my two, man, he was 2 and 3 at the time, 2.5, 3. And he would come back just off the chart because he knew he's a smart little bugger. He's on the spectrum, okay? And he was smart. He knew what was supposed to happen. He knew he was going to see his mama, and she wouldn't show up. And so when he would come home, we got the behavioral repercussions of it, and because she didn't show up so many times in a row, they finally stopped doing it. And I was like, phew, I was relieved because it was traumatizing to him. He was young, but he understood what was going on. And he definitely understood when she didn't show up and he had to be brought back. And it was sad when it got to a point his little brother would cling to me, not wanting to go to visitation. Scared to death that they were going to, because they were in other foster homes as well. So that was, I think they were, take me, not bring me back. So I think that was their, that was his issue with it, the baby, because he was at that time. We got him. He was 16 months old. So he was 16 months to 2. So he knew. And I said something to the caseworker one time. I was like, what in the world? And she just looked at me and smiled and she said, he knows where home is. I said, okay. Like it was, oh, I don't want to go, but he was my little itty bitty guy. He was 16 months old and he was not even barely into 6 to 9 month close. Little guy. Oh man. Yeah. See, yeah, little text tornado. Look, 7 kids. She don't have any of them. They're all foster homes or adopted out. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Liza, that's true. It's rejection every time it happened. Every time. And you can understand the behaviors that come from that. Again, it's not anything that you've done, right? It's not about me. Not about my husband, not about anybody else in the house. It's about what's going on in their mind and in their heart and how they've just been crushed yet again. And that's what always made me mad. Oh, it would make me so mad. I was like, how can you do this to your baby? And that's where, I mean, you had to kind of set it apart. But, for me, that was one of those things that I'm going, it's not my cross to bear, honey. That's yours. You're doing that to them. Not even showing up to a visitation. 1 hour. 1 hour is all you got to do. You couldn't do it. But it's because the drugs rule. Yeah, Indica, she got her baby. Yeah, it is. 34 years now. 34 years, huh, Indica? Oh, you can, Echo. Oh, that'd be awesome. I'm telling you. And look, Echo, okay, my husband and I, we did all ages, 0 all the way up, right? Which we had children of all ages. So, our youngest was 4 and, 4 or 5 years old. So it wasn't as far stretched for us to have a baby again, or toddlers or whatever. And then our older kids were teenagers and in high school. So we had them of all ages. And we said, well, we can take any age, but you can sit there and say that you only want certain age groups because some people are, set up to just babies or just, toddlers or older kids, teenagers, whatever it is. And you can say only, girls or boys. You have that option. And it's because everybody has different capabilities in what it is that you can
I don't want to say handle. I'm not meaning it like what you can mentally or physically handle. It's what is suitable for your living situation. You know, like some people, like if they have a little girl at home, they don't want to have a boy there at the house. They only want to have another girl. Or like a friend of mine, she only does babies. That's all she'll foster is little babies. And some people only foster 2 and 3-year-olds. In my opinion, 2 and 3 is the hardest freaking age to foster. And it's not because they're walking it into everything. No. That doesn't bother me at all. It's because they understand, but they don't understand. They understand that something isn't right. They understand that they're not with mama, but it's knee-jerk reactions, and they don't have the comprehension that older children have. That you can talk to them, and you explain things, because if you just explain things to the kids, it helps them out. It doesn't mean that they're not going to cry and they're not going to be upset and hurt. That they have more of an understanding and they can grasp a little bit more. But that toddler age, for me, I was like, that's the hardest age right there. Teenagers are horrible too. Oh, but tell me what teenager doesn't have their moments, But they definitely have more of an understanding. They verbalize things and they can, communicate with you. But at that young age there, wow, we can zowie, you know. Um, they have the awareness, but not the comprehension. And that in no way, shape, or form is saying they're not smart, okay? Yeah, they start noticing the world around them, and they notice, hey, you're not my mama. Take me back to my mama. So it definitely, for me, I was like, you know what? This is a really hard age when it comes to the emotional aspect of it. For me, that was the hardest part. So it's a lot harder to get a 2 or 3-year-old calmed down after a visitation that went haywire. Or visitation that didn't occur when it was supposed to. Now a baby, much easier to soothe. You just hold them and hug them and change their diaper, burp them, feed them, and they are good to go. A lot easier to soothe them than it is, a child that sees things how they see it. So I don't know. It's just sad. It was sad to me. It was a hard, hard age there. Yeah. See, Echo. Now you may, you can, do that, and then you may get into it and say, you know what? Some people only want older kids because they don't want to deal with the diapers and the formula and all that. So whatever fits, there's something. You know what I'm saying? There's always something for you that you can do. Um, there's a fit for every family, and that's Um, now you go look. We had to jump through hoops just to get approved for foster care, and let me tell you what. Their stipulations on how your home has to be run is way stiffer than what the parents have to do. Man, you got to do so much stuff just to prepare for foster care. That was, oh my goodness. You got to have baby proof the heck out of the house. And by golly, you let one of those little electrical things out, little electrical plugs that the babies like to go and pull out, you're going to get hit on that during inspection. Just saying. Think, oh, this is not, well, okay, the babies love to pull them out, But yeah, that was like jumping through hoops. We had to have the fire inspection. We had to have a health inspection. And you got to keep it all. I probably still have my folder somewhere because you have to have it all in the folder. So if they come in and do an inspection, you just pull it out. Boop, there's all your information, Your fire escape plan, it has to be. Yeah, we had a lot of stuff. Oh, NJ Robin. All right, stay safe. I know there's been some storms brewing everywhere. What in the world? Well, there you go. You do what you gotta do, Echo. I think you'd be really good at it. You know, just know it can be challenging, but it is worth it. You always I tell you what, you got to stay positive when you do foster care, because if you don't, yeah, I've seen people slip really, really bad. Like, it's like, hey man, you can't focus on the negative. You got to look at positive. You've got to remember why you're doing this. You got to remember where that child's coming from. It's so important, because it's very easy to get overwhelmed. It's easy to get frustrated. It's easy to not understand, right? I mean, it's so easy for us to do that. We're humans. But if you always just remember, hey man, I don't know what this child's been through, but I'm going to find out. Because if you listen to the child, they will tell you, even if they can't speak, they always have a way of telling you what's happened in their life. And you can get to know them pretty good. That's what, like I said, when we get them, we would do a couple days where we just didn't go anywhere. We wouldn't do anything. So I always had clothes of all sizes on hand. And, I got it. What you need, got pajamas. We'd have everything that we need right there at the house. And if we needed diapers for them that we didn't have, I had stockpile of formula. We were, I tried to be prepared. Okay. And so most of the time it was like, hey, you know what? We got what we need. We don't have to go anywhere. And just allow them to get adjusted and allow you to learn them. I know that sounds crazy, but you've got to learn how they are as much as you can. Because as time goes on, you learn a lot more. A lot more. We definitely had the situation of going to the store. My little guy B, he's 12 now. It was horrendous to take him to a store. Same kid who melted down at the car stopping would melt down going into the stores. And it was every time it was at the checkout, or when we'd go down an aisle that was packed with people. And when I say packed, I mean there could be 4 or 5 people down that aisle. And as soon as he got to a certain point, he would have a meltdown. And I thought, oh my gosh, hold on, read the situation. This kid is feeling claustrophobic. There's all these big people around him. He was very scared. Checkout, again, a lot of people, that's a lot of checkout stands. Think about that, guys. I mean, it's enclosed, right? So we had to, if there was an aisle, and again, one of my kiddos grabbed me at the store one time, and never forget, he goes, hey mom, did you want me to take him and go down this aisle? And I said, what? And he goes, mom, look at all the people down here. And I just looked, I said, yes, thank you. Thank you for noticing that. Because he knew, all my kids knew, we go down that aisle with all the people, he's going to melt down. So that's how we started off with him, was somebody would take him. If I was just with him by myself, I wouldn't go down that aisle. I'd wait until it cleared out. Then what we would do at checkout, I'd make sure somebody else was with us. What we would do is they'd walk around to the front and they'd wait at the front by the bagging area. And he was fine with that. But for him to just walk through that aisle, just checking out by the conveyor belt, he could not do it without melting down. Then we got to a point where we just kind of have him walk through there, because before they just walk around the outside. They wouldn't even walk through that little area. Then we'd have him walk through it, get over to the bag area. And then when he was fine with that, then we'd kind of have him wait in the bagged area, in the aisle or the checkout, and then go through. And he got to a point where we got him to go, okay, let's have him help put the groceries up on the conveyor belt. And that's what did it. He was fine. But it was a process to get him to that point where he could even walk through the cash register area, walk through an aisle that had a lot of people. And he still kind of has moments where he's uneasy. He doesn't melt down, but you can tell he's on edge and he's nervous when we go through a crowded place. So we just don't really go to a whole lot of crowded places. I don't want him to feel that way. I don't need him to be triggered that way. It's okay. Now he's getting used to it. He's doing it way better than he used to, But he's still, and it's not all the time. And I don't know why it's only certain times, but I can look at him and I can tell, okay, he's at that point where he's had enough and we're just not doing this. I'm not going to do that to him. It's just not necessary. So that's where we're at with it. So he does way much better now. So it's just everything is a process, with them. But there's always a way to do it. You just have to have the patience and figure it out. And it's hard sometimes, boy, but I tell you what, you got to have a good support system around you. Because I had some other foster parents that were fantastic, and we would sit, call each other, text each other. We'd sit around and have coffee. The kids would play. And when I tell you, I had 12 children, and my friend also had 12 children. We got together. I'd watch her kids. She'd watch mine. When I tell you we had 24 kids running around, we had 24 kids running around. We would line up the table. I have a big, long table with benches, and so did she. And our guys, we'd have lunch. They'd go out and play on the trampoline. We did all kinds of stuff. We had a great time, but we bounced ideas off of each other. You got a situation that's happened and you're like, hey, I'm really frustrated with this. What am I going to do? What have you experienced this before? So it really helps to have that good support system and to have other people around who understand what you're going through and understand, hey, I've been through that one. This is what I tried. But all the different ideas, because every child is so unique and every child's needs are met differently. You have to really be flexible and playing with that too. We have 5 kiddos under 18, and all 5 of them were adopted, and all 5 of them are very different and unique. And each one I have to deal with differently. And I do have to click off real quick because I'm dealing with this one and I'm dealing with this one now. And I know I have to speak to them differently and say different things for them, just the way they comprehend and how they are and what works what works for them. So that's the challenge. Thank you guys. Hey, we're all amazing. But Echo, I really hope you do. You can call me too if you need to. I don't know how much help I'd be, but I'll be whatever I can. I know there's going to be a lot of, you got to get recommendations too. We had to. I don't know. And I don't know how it works in your state. Here we have agencies you can go through. So you have to look at the agencies and find what is a really good fit for you, which one you would like to work with. But then we also have the option where you can go and work with specific CPS units. So if you want to work with just the CPS in your county, then you can go and do that, but you're only getting children from that county. So, for us, that's how it works. Not every state works that way, but that's how we work. So if you go with an agency, you will get kids from all over the state. They try to get them close to where they need to be, but it's not always possible. Sometimes you have to have them placed, wherever they have a place for them. And there is a huge need. Have you looked up the foster care needs in your area, Echo? Because sometimes they have those statistics out there, and they have numbers of how many children are in foster care still waiting for adoption. Thank you, NJ Robin. But the kids, you know what? The kids make it easy. And you know what? The kids are our blessing. Because a lot of people say, oh, you're such a blessing. No, 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 no. Nope, you got that wrong. The kids are our blessings. I do. I look at my babies, I'm like, ooh. Yeah, Echo. See, there you go. Yeah. It's a lot. It's worth it. It is worth it, and you can check and see what you have to do in your state, and you can do it at your own pace. I mean, you don't have to rush and rush and rush and get it done or whatever it has to be. But yeah, you can just check into it and see. I mean, it's amazing. There's not very many people they deny to be foster parents. If they don't um, base it. Well, hold on a second. If you go with one agency that's religious based, that's a little different. Ones that are Catholic based, different ones. Those are a little bit stricter. And here they have the right to be stricter. And whether you agree with it or not, I personally, I went with an agency that took on anybody who wanted to be a foster parent. Did not prevent that. There's some that will not do single parents. They won't do gay, same-sex marriages. They won't do them. And I was like, nope, I'm sorry. I can't do it. There's such a need for children to have homes. I think they should be able to go to any home that is a loving home out there. So that's why, we chose the agency that we chose because they had a very open policy as far as that went. Oh, yeah, you don't have an extra bedroom. Yeah, you got to have at least one extra bedroom. You don't have an office you could turn into a bedroom or anything. Mm. Well, now, again, I don't know the laws in your state. But if you took on a baby, you could have them in your room. You can have the crib in your room I think it's under 2. They'll allow them to stay in your room. But I mean, if it was something that, yeah, see, you could do that. You could move into a house. You could even move into a 2 or 3 bedroom apartment. I don't know how many bedrooms yours has now, but yeah, you could. Um, and that's something, you can think about. If you wanted to do it, that'd be awesome. And whatever is going to work for you, you know. But there's definitely a need. And, it is very, very sad because out of all the children we had, we only had one set of siblings that went back to their parents. Only one. And it's not for lack of CPS trying to reunify, because they desperately try to reunify. Now, that doesn't mean that they were adopted, okay? A lot of them got placed with family members. There was a lot of that. So, 'cause a lot of them at least have family that can take them in. But that's where a lot of them end up. And then if there's no family members, then of course that goes to adoption. And more than one child be in the same bedroom, like bunk beds, 2 girls or 2. Yes, yes. So if you have if you have a room where you have a child, yes, you can. Now, see, that may be where you got the age issue, because you don't want to take on a teenager and then have them in the room with the baby. They do. I mean, it's not, how do I say this? It's not against it, but a lot of times they would prefer, here anyways, they prefer closer in age, like not, don't put a 15, 16-year-old boy in the room with a 2-month-old baby who's waking up every few hours. or a toddler who's in there getting into their stuff and, that kind of thing. But so that's why some people say, no, I need, if you have a child already who's in that room, if your own child is in there, then you may want to match them up with somebody who's a little bit closer to their age. So, but yeah, you can have 2 kids in there. And if they're under, again, your laws in your state, I don't know. Here, if they're under 5, you can have a boy and a girl in the same room. If it's their siblings, blooded siblings, okay, you can have them in the same room. And then once they turn 5, they got to have different rooms. You wouldn't do that. I know, Echo. Hey, you'd be surprised what some people would do, though. It's like, whoa, hold on a second. But see, honestly, I'd have the baby in the room with me. I did. I had my twins. Yeah, I slept right there with them. And when we put them in their room and we had their cribs right there together, and I'd get a little cot and I'd sleep in there with them. And because I was like, oh, they were 6 months old. They slept through the night. They were great sleepers, man. They were awesome. Well, they got to the point where they were awesome. When they were newborns, they would wake up eating all the time because they were so itty bitty, And we'd have to wake them up to eat. But by the time they were 6 months old, they were sleeping through the night. They did really well, but I just wasn't ready to not be right there with them when they were sleeping. Scared me. I thought, what if something happens? And it was, their room was just too far from ours. I was like, I'm sorry, I can't do it. So, I got to be here. And I didn't trust a monitor. That's just me. I don't know. But, yeah, so you would too. Yeah. You get those babies, you get them baby snuggles. Oh, yeah. And I love the baby snuggles and I miss the baby snuggles, but I get them with my grandbabies, so I'm good with that. And I know I've had people recently ask me, have you ever thought about doing foster care? No, don't want to do it anymore. Not at this point. I still have challenges with my kids that I've got now, and I'm good with that. Maybe one day, when we get through the rough patches with the kiddos that we got now, and who knows, we could do foster care again. But right now, my kids need the focus, and they're number one, and that's where we're at with it. So I'm okay with that. That's what their needs are, so that's where we have to be. All right, guys, it's 11:18 my time. I'm gonna get off of here because I've had a long day and I am beat. And I'm sorry I ran my chops talking about that. Look, you get me into talking about foster care and adoption, and I'm like, da 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 da. But Echo, I really hope you do. If you need anything, call me. You got my number. I think that would be awesome if you do it. And if you decide not to, it's okay too. So you guys have a great night. Thanks for joining us. And well, for me, because Charlie Girl dipped out and never came back. Look at that. Charlie Girl, Charlie Girl, Charlie Girl. So y'all have a great night. Good night, dear you whoop boo, Indica, Echo. Y'all have a great one, and we will catch you. Who we kidding? We'll probably be on here tomorrow night too. All right, guys. We'll talk to you later. Good night, Primary Mom. Night, guys.